Hello, everybody. I'm still adjusting the camera. Hold on.
Good morning.
Can you
Hi,
see us?
if anyone's there, hello.
Can you see us okay? I think we can. Should I tilt it a little bit more that way, do you think, guys?
I think you got a good view of the two of
You
us.
can always have the ominous over the shoulders.
I'll lean in a little bit, and you lean back a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Or not too much.
I can scooch it over a bit. It's only me over here. Nah?
No, I think we're okay.
Okay.
So we should do our disclaimer first.
Yeah, you want to do that while
Yeah. Hello, viewers. Just so you know, you can see us in here. It's the pandemic. We're not wearing masks because we all work together. And we're actually 100 miles into the Nevada desert in a community of 200 people where we have all been sort of bubbled out here together in relative seclusion for seemingly all of eternity. Ask anyone in our town. So far, no cases of COVID that we're aware of. And we've all been kind of keeping to ourselves or only very occasionally socializing outside of the workplace with each other out here. So pretty isolated. Not really an excuse, but an explanation.
Yeah, and I, the majority of the people, you can't see off camera, we've got our lovely,
Indie Press Revolution office manager.
Yes, who's going to be manning the chat. So if you have any questions for us, if you have any questions in general, you can put those in the chat, and she will be answering them or fielding them to us as we play. So, my name is AC. I'm going to be your lovely GM for today. Joining me, we have, you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Jason Walters, General Manager of Indie Press Revolution.
I'm Sam. I also work here.
Very choice. Good job. So today we are playing Shinobigami by Toshiro Kawashima, published by Kodadama Heavy Industries. We have already made characters just for the sake of time, but when you're playing this yourself, this is meant to be a one-shot, one-session game, and it's super easy to do so. You can pretty much roll on tables for everything during character creation, and it was really, pretty quick and easy. And you can also roll for pretty much anything in the game. So, if you guys want to introduce your characters, tell us their names. I guess we can start off
if I may do a brief pitch.
Yeah.
Also available from Indie Press Revolution in English translation. Apparently, the best-selling Japanese language role-playing game in Japanese history.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And so we're going to start off. We've never played this before, and it's
unclear that we're going to successfully play it this time.
No, it's
but we're going to do it for you people.
Because, it's going to be great because it's super easy, but because of that, I also did a IPR Game Room episode of this, so there's also an overview on the YouTube channel, which you can find after you watch this. Please stick around. So I'm currently looking for the part in the book that has the introduction phase in it so that I can get that started. So each session starts with an introduction phase. We can begin that. We have set our game in the beautiful, is this a prefecture or a city, Sam? You're the one who looked it up.
Let me pull that up again.
I believe it's the city of Yoshino. That is an N. Alright.
Yoshino is a town in Japan's Kii Mountains, east of Osaka. It's the gateway to Mount Yoshino, known for the thousands of cherry trees that blossom in the spring.
So
the mountain is also home to the Yoshimizu Shrine, with its collection of ceramics, paintings, and armor.
Which is where we are.
Yeah.
What is that called again?
Yoshimizu Shrine.
With a Z or an S?
A Z.
Oh, okay, because that's where a lot of our action is going to take place. Thank you. Perfect, Sam. You nailed it.
Can you say that one more time?
Yoshimizu Shrine.
So, this is a very clever game. I, as the GM, am not going to be doing a whole bunch of, obviously I'll be running the introduction scene, and there are master scenes throughout, and the climax scene, and I have some other, special powers, but actually in this game, for the most part, scenes are set up and run by the players themselves. But as we start the introduction scene, Should we start with you tending the Yoshimizu? Oh, I literally wrote it down. It's already bad. What's the name?
Yoshimizu Shrine.
Yeah, it's your shrine. You're running it. If you want to say your character's name and what you look like as you're tending, is it spring? Do you guys think?
It is. All the cherry
Absolutely.
blossoms are in bloom.
Extremely good.
Broom. My character is named Ise Nolato, and I look like a Zen Buddhist monk because I am, in fact.
You want to describe?
I am. I have a shaved head.
Mhm.
I'm male. I am wearing like a black. I don't know what the proper term for this clothing is, but it's like the
A robe.
robe thing. It's black. It's tied around the waist, and I'm barefoot and generally bereft of possessions except for prayer beads.
Mm-hmm. Sam, you're the only one with the phone, as our office manager has taken mine to make sure that the stream is working okay. So anytime we need something to be looked up, it's gonna be on you.
Got it.
So yeah, I think it's probably a robe and those things. So you're attending to your shrine, and I think I should probably hand out these to you guys and make sure I hand them out to the right people. So these are your missions as well as your secrets. So I think as you are tending to the shrine, or I'll give you guys a second to look over those. So the mission is what they are attempting to accomplish during this session. The secret, well, it's a secret. And they are not supposed to tell either of these to any of the other players. Secrets are very, very valuable in this game. You will never willingly tell your secret to another person, though it can be nicely coerced out of you.
Torture is a skill that you can have.
You know, nicely.
You know, generally, torture and nice aren't two words I put together, but
Psychological torture could be extreme courtesy for the sake of confusion.
oh, it's like being in the South.
So I think as you are tending to the shrine, your assistant, and you had a name for your assistant, right?
Yes, Yuri Jiro.
Yuri, like
Yuri, Yuri. That's last name. First name Jiro. Because it sounds vaguely comic
right.
to me. I apologize to any Japanese viewers who are like, that is the single greatest poet in our nation's history. I randomly selected funny sounding to me.
Right. So I'm not sure also of like the hierarchy of what you would call someone who is above you in this context, but probably, you know, Master Issei would be close enough. So I think your assistant comes up to you as you're tending the shrine and says, Master, we are the preparations are ready. I've put the deck in a safe place, and I think we should be all good to go for the arrival of the. Oh, I wrote the name down on your sheet, but don't give it to me. Sorry, guys. Ultimate planning here.
I think many of our viewers will be able to relate to the role-playing game not executed with military precision. So I think you're safe.
We're just people. Listen,
it doesn't seem that way. But.
If we could have gotten Austin Walker or Matthew Mercer here, we would have.
We don't have the radical preparation of Matthew Mercer or the impeccable improvisational skills of the McElroys.
You know, but yes. So he comes up. He goes, "I think we are ready for the arrival of Miss Mimaru."
Excellent, Jiro. Good work. And now for your reward. Polish the room of 14th century lacquer armor.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yes. And begins to go and do that. So what does the average sort of day look like? What do you sort of do around the temple?
There's a lot of meditation, a lot of contemplating nothingness with the assistance of prayer bead counting. There is a lot of, since I don't know precisely what this would be in Japanese culture, Tai Chi-like slow motion martial arts preparation.
Right.
Then there's the usual sort of things monks do: have to tend the garden, have to wash our one item of clothing that we're allowed to own, have to more meditation, more contemplation of nothingness.
So I think we should say
evening reading of sacred Buddhist texts.
Right. Yes. We should say your character is part of the Hirosaka Agency.
Yes.
So there are 6 ninja clans in Shinobigami. Yours is the Hirosaka Agency, who, if you want to tell us a little bit about them and their...
The Hirosaka Agency is a Japanese. It is the ninja faction that is Japanese ultra-nationalist. So besides all these things I do, there is probably a lot of exchanging cryptographic messages by cell phone that I'm not supposed to have.
Yes.
And a lot of contemplating the past and future greatness of Japan and its unique historical identity and mission.
Well, it is specifically their goal, the clan's ultimate goal is to protect the national interests of Japan. So everything that you do is geared towards that.
My Buddhist prayer book actually has a hidden copy of, what was his name? The ultranationalist famous Japanese author, Mishima's Cry for Love or something like that.
Sure.
And it's like, so there's cheating because I'm not really a Zen monk.
Right.
I'm a ninja pretending to be a Zen monk.
That is your cover story. So as you are going along your duties, we can switch to this young person walking up the road towards the temple. There's beautiful cherry blossoms floating gently down around you. It is modern day Japan. What are you dressed like? What does a traveler dress like in this sort of day and age?
I mean, I'm a traveler, but I like to look a little bit better. So I have a sort of worn-down trench coat, a nice scarf just to help keep myself warm in case it gets cold or there's a cool breeze, and I have a large backpack on my back with some worn-down shoes, my hair tied up in a bun just to keep it out of my face.
So you want to tell us
wearing a mask.
Your character's name?
Yes, I'm Nizu Rin. Nizu Rin.
And also pronouns, if Jason, you want to say your character's pronouns real quick?
He, him.
Alright, and your character's pronouns?
They, them.
Nice. So you are part of the bloodline of Oni, correct?
Yes.
So the bloodline of Oni is geared towards you want to resurrect the Shinobigami, which are these sort of demons. The game book, from what I've seen, isn't super clear on what they are, but they're very powerful supernatural entities. And in the meantime, your clan works with the sort of supernatural entities of the world. Can you tell us a bit about how your character, what sort of supernatural things they got going on?
Well, they usually like to keep these things secret, naturally.
Right.
But some of their ancestors, as with most members of the bloodline of Oni, were in fact some of these supernatural beings. So they have, innate supernatural abilities inherited from their great, etc. grandparents.
Right. So as you are walking beneath the cherry trees on this beautiful spring day, you perhaps see some small spirits running around beneath the trees. You stop and say hello to them, but then give them a small offering, perhaps?
Naturally, I have fruit in my backpack at all times, just in case.
And as you are moving, some trail mix, perhaps M&Ms.
Some dried cherries, raisins, freeze-dried bananas.
Yes, the most delicious.
Only the best.
And as you're traveling up the path, you can see the great mountain in front of you, and as you turn a bend in the road, you can see your goal, which is the Yoshimizu Shrine. Did I say that? Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So.
Is it like what? Can we see what it looks like?
Sure.
I bet you it's there on the internet.
Well, I mean, I'm sure. But...
Naturally.
Yeah, it helped for visualization of scenes.
Right.
I'm sure that our listeners and viewers can look up Yoshimizu Shrine on their own, because they would be on a computer.
You're on the computer.
A computing device. Yes.
It's a large shrine, so there's multiple pictures of it.
Well, let's
pick a nice
one. Ooh, is that the one with? Or that's just cherry blossoms.
Well, there's a lot of cherry blossoms around.
Yes.
There's a lot.
That looks good. That looks like a good picture right there.
This one?
No. That one.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty awesome, actually.
Can I say
Ooh, and it's actually a lot. Those are the people, so it's actually pretty big. Like the doorways aren't person-sized doorways. They're like
spend a lot of time cleaning, I'm sure.
yeah, they're like 4 people standing each other's shoulders sized doors. So that's actually a pretty neat looking structure. Thank you, Rosie. I'm now a better man than I was walking into this room.
Okay. Yes, I learn something new every day.
Every day.
So with that, we are done with the introduction phase, and we're now going to begin the main phase. So the main phase is the sort of core of a session in Shinobigami, and this is where I, as a GM, take a step back, and we actually are going to start on what would be my right. It's going to be Sam here, going this way on the table, creating a scene. So you can either create a drama or a combat scene. If you want to just hop straight into combat, there are enemies besides ninja in this world. There are supernatural sort of demons, and let's see.
There are little dogs with
Or
knives.
maybe we just don't let a lot of plot get in the way of the action.
Ninja be
This is just like a 70s Hong Kong martial arts film. It's like, I see you, I zoom, aha!
Yeah, who wants plot in their storytelling game? Am I right, guys?
It's an excellent point.
I really like plot.
Okay.
So, yeah. So you can always fight a ninja beast or something. But what are you doing? We have our fancy little handouts here, which are all found on the Shinobigami website, and you can print them out from there. They're fantastic.
You showed? They're pretty neat looking.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay.
So yeah, you see the drama scene or the battle scene, whichever one you would like.
I mean, you can do bond rolls for drama scenes, right?
Yes, you can.
Great. The first drama scene is going to be not super dramatic, actually.
Okay.
Naturally, when you enter into a new place and you have a mission to do something not exactly legal,
Mhm.
you should always scout out.
Mm-hmm.
And a good way to learn about a place is to ask people. So I'm going to head into the building, look around a little bit, and see if I can find any monks that I could talk to.
You're heading into the shrine.
Yes.
All right. So I think immediately you see scrubbing part of the floor. You see this assistant who. Do you want to describe how your assistant Yoshimizu looks?
Yeah, like me, just smaller and more bug-eyed.
Yes.
So like a traditional anime sidekick.
Right. So he's furiously scrubbing the floor, sort of not shiny enough. What do you do?
I'm going to walk up to him. I'm not going to bother him while he does his work, but I'd like to ask him, hi.
Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm a passing tourist from down south.
Mm-hmm.
That's the term.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Are we near Okinawa?
There's a place further south.
Okay,
right?
all right, sure.
That makes sense to me.
I don't know
This is his voice now.
I don't know the geography of Japan. Anyway, I'm a tourist from, I guess, higher up north would make more sense. I'm a tourist from higher up north. I was just wondering what you could tell me about this, like the history or possessions of this lovely temple here.
Well, and he begins to go off on this lovely, and he's like got this brush in his hand, still sort of flinging soapy water everywhere as he does it. But he starts to tell you things that I do not know, but things that he would know, as in the sort of history, when this place was built, how long it's been around. You can see the original architecture. You can see it's so beautiful over here. We spent so much time taking care of it. It tells you about the things that are in there, the artifacts and all those things. Does not mention, which I think we can say at this point, the main purpose of this game is
This specific game.
this session is I've taken from the there's a ready-made scenario on the Shinobigami website, and I took some bits from that. So you know that is not common knowledge that once again, I have written it down on your guys' sheets and not on my sheet. So can I have a piece of paper?
So presumably this is a little like you go to like a historical church in Europe, and there's somebody there who like knows all about it, and like if you pay them, they'll like tell you all about it.
Yeah, except you don't pay
Except
him.
you don't pay him because he's an actual like you don't talk to the clergy in one of these churches. There's like guides, right? So,
Yes.
that's neat. It's a neat looking building.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
into it.
There you
I
go.
don't want to go there now. It's pretty cool looking.
I mean, hey, maybe at
Make
some
sure to go there in
point,
spring.
if
Yeah,
there's
when the
When
yeah.
the cherry blossoms are.
Of course, that's when all the Americans go there.
yeah,
When the
yeah,
sakura
it's
petals
like-
are falling. I mean, cherry blossom sakura petals. Such a good aesthetic. Such a good aesthetic.
Hello, we're a bunch of weebs. Thank you for coming to our live stream.
You need more
So,
training.
you-
Someone please get the reference.
I'm gonna. Okay. So, you both know about the kamakiri. I'm the GM. I get to say
Isn't
how
it
it's said.
Kamakiri?
The kamakiri. That's what I said.
The comic Kirai.
The kamakiri. So the kamakiri.
And the carry?
So the kamakiri, which was a dagger or a short sword that was discovered by archaeologists not too far from here, was taken and immediately, as you are part of the Hirosaka agency, your clan tends to have a lot of oversight on these sort of projects, and they immediately recognized it as an artifact of importance with supernatural abilities, and took it under their careful care, for the sake of the
So are all of you are various ninja organizations, for lack of a better term? They all kind of the secret hand, like the because they're like sort of behind the scenes and everything. Like the Japanese Antiquities Agency decided the best thing for this artifact is to go here to the Yoshimizu Shrine.
Well,
But
unofficially.
it's really us. But
Like-
officially, that's how it happened.
Like, officially, this is in storage somewhere, carefully being preserved out of the public eye. Unofficially, it has been given to into the care of you and your temple for protection.
Ah.
Meanwhile, your agency, your clan, the Bloodline of Oni, which, by the way, their grand cover in the world is that they're a cult. So that's fun.
I mean, that's great. Who doesn't want to join a cult?
But it's not actually a cult. It's just a clan.
Japan's history with cults rivals the United States as far as bad.
Hey, we've had some good cults here, okay? But yeah, so you were sent to retrieve the dagger, as have many ninja from clans who have found out about this from one way or another. So this is your respective missions. So yes, as you roll up, you're asking about all these things. Do you want to, I guess this might be a question for you. Is your assistant in the temple, are they also part of the Hirosaka agency?
No,
Okay,
my assistant really is a monk,
okay.
and well, I've been here for like a decade, so I kind of am too. I've been deep cover. Deep cover.
Right. Is there anybody else in the temple who is part of the Hirosaka agency?
No, I could risk blowing my cover.
Okay, I would think there would probably be at least one other person there who is at least part of the because this is a common cover story for your clan. So there would probably be someone there either above you or below you who would also be part of your clan to assist you in matters.
Maybe you don't even know.
Okay. I was going to say I think Yurijiro is too innocent to like
Yeah.
be. I don't think this person is.
Right.
So sure.
So we can just figure that out later because you're talking just to Yurijiro currently. So what are you trying to do? Is there anybody else in that scene, other tourists or anything? Because this is what you've created here is an information scene, right?
Yes.
So you're trying to so with the info scene, what you're doing is you're choosing a single character and you're trying to receive their location or secret info. So are you perhaps trying to find the location of Issei Naoto?
Yes.
Okay. So
Or
that
you say
is
Naruto, is that the one?
That's me.
that's
Oh,
Jason's
I'm
character.
trying to look at the.
So this is all about people.
Then yes, I'm trying to
So-
figure out his location.
I think that is something that you could glean from his assistant. So what skill are you?
I'm gonna help him wash the floor with hydromancy.
Okay,
Which
so
is
you're
like-
just gonna use magic straight up.
No, hydromancy is attack.
So, no, hold on. Hydromancy is moving water with magic, yes?
No, it's moving water with machines.
No, that would be hydraulics.
Hydromancy, use of tools that control water and
Oh.
using typing equipment. Also includes knowledge of various other liquids.
Well, I think he's right. In the context of this game, it's
That's
hydraulics.
So, do you just get like a hose? Like, what are you doing? Here? Do you have a tool in your like knapsack?
Maybe you know what's
I'll
most
use the tools
efficient.
that he has. Like, yeah, the most efficient way to like. I'll help him clean the floors, basically.
Okay. One thing I didn't anticipate here is I actually I do. It's in the back. I was gonna say I don't have a skill matrix, which would be bad. So I think that if you were helping him, that's more going to create an emotion bond with him rather than get information out of him. That might set you up to get information from him later. But if you want to get,
I was originally intending for an emotion bond, so I will go with that. Yes.
okay, then
I was expecting to encounter a monk that wasn't already friends with him. But yeah, I will go for an emotion bond.
so in that case, what we're doing is we're each rolling 1d6 and determining that bond from the emotion chart down here. So I think since you do have the skill of hydro, I can't believe they call it
Where's the emotion
hydromancy.
chart?
It's on right next to the fumble chart.
Ah,
Right.
there it is. Okay.
Yeah. So I think since you do have the skill of hydromancy, and this is a very nervous person, then what did you get? You got a 4.
Oh, I haven't rolled yet. I was testing to see which dice seemed like it was in the right mark.
Okay, so shall we roll?
Oh, that's a 2.
We each got a 2, which is friendship or anger. But I think since you help him clean the floor, this is friendship rather than anger. Because that would be pretty whack if he was like, "Step off, bro."
I can't believe you'd help me do my job.
So you now have a friend in the temple. He says, "Oh, thank you so much. It's so much work."
I got a pencil.
Oh, that's right. I told you I have pencils. I might actually only have pens.
Alright, yeah, I'll just use Jason's. Thank you. What's his name?
Yuri Jiro.
Yeah.
Y-U-R-I.
Yuri.
Y-U-R-I. I looked at their legit names. I looked them up on
It's
the
a
chart.
last name.
That's his last
Okay.
name first, and then Jiro, J-I-R-O.
But yes, it has the meaning that you are thinking of, Sam. It means a flower. So
Neat.
this is a
and-
PG-13.
And the emo bond I have is friendship?
Yeah.
Okay, what's lock sec? Okay.
What?
On the character sheet it says LOC-SEC.
It does.
Okay.
Let's see here. LOC. Oh, that.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Tina. Thank you,
Oh,
Tina.
Thank you,
hi,
Tina.
hi, thank you. So that's gonna be. That's gonna be location, secret, and Oogie. So that's keeping track of what you know about the person, right? If you know their location, if you know their secret, and if you know their Oogie, which is their super special ultimate attack, which
Okay,
is
so
also supposed to be.
I know their location.
Mhm.
They're in the temple.
Well, they're in the temple right now, but I think just for the moment, put their name and the emo bond that you have with them, and circle the little plus to show that it is a positive 1.
Got it.
So
Yuri,
emo bonds.
Jiro, friendship, positive.
By the way, for people watching, let me find the section. So emo bonds or emotional bonds reveal how one character feels about another. So this allows special abilities to be used when it's formed between player characters, and when it's formed between NPCs, I'm going to say that it works the same way. It doesn't specifically say, but I think that, if you create this with an NPC, then you can also do things like go to their location if they're in trouble, or other things like that. So, is that the end of your...
Yes, unless I can also get an info, but no, I can't.
No, I don't believe so.
No, because info is a different type of scene.
Yeah. So then we move to and by the way, the token that I gave you at the beginning,
The one that's actually used for summoning demons?
what is you're now going to so this is more if we had more players. Obviously we only have 2 people here, but if you had more players, in order to track who has done a scene already, you place that on top of the drawing of your character on your character sheet.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then at the end of a round of scenes, you clear them off again.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
Alright.
what are you doing? Want to set a scene for us? First off, is it a drama or a battle scene?
It's a drama scene. Do I roll something immediately, or I just roll with it?
So you can roll on the scene chart. If you look down here again, we have handouts. So you can roll on the scene chart to decide what is sort of happening and then improvise from there, or you can just say what you're doing.
I'm just gonna say one.
Okay.
So here I am in front of the presumably large room in the temple that has a large Buddha of the pleasing plump, not like starving. Your Zen, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, the one that you usually see.
The one that you usually see.
Disclaimer: we don't know much about Buddhism, so our apologies. We're gonna try
Disclaimer.
and be cool with it.
Well,
I should know
say
more about
that,
Buddhism.
but
than I do.
all right. Yeah. Well, I've read some books. I haven't practiced the religion or
I have practiced the religion and read books, and I still don't know that much.
Wait.
So what I'm doing is in front of there's the incense, you know what I'm talking about, and like in front of the altar.
What scent of incense are you using?
It's kind of like a myrrh thing,
That's
but
good.
actually like better.
All right,
Myrrh.
yes, high quality.
Because it's myrrh from Japan, ergo better.
Yeah.
So I'm in the full meditational position, you know, legs not merely folded but crossed.
Lotus pose.
Lotus pose. I got the whole thing. But in reality, my character is a master of looking, well, his eyes seem to be closed, downward at a cell phone, concealed,
hidden within the cross of his legs.
hidden in his sleeve.
Okay.
And I am having a conversation. Well, okay, this is my secret, but there's no way for me
You can
We can assume Sam knows this, but Sam's character doesn't.
Yeah, no metagaming. Don't metagame.
I have never metagamed in my life.
You have, and I'm gonna look at me in the eyeballs. This is my sibling, by the way. If you metagame, I swan to John.
I won't metagame.
So I receive
an
an it's always set on silent. My hidden cell phone. But it's on vibrate too, so I always know.
Do you is it actually like it's set in a pocket but it vibrates?
So I have these big sleeves.
Right.
And I have like this thing where it goes like extends out.
But
like
is it like vibrating in Morse code?
No, it's just vibrating, but it's not like a lot of people have the number. So it's always important when it goes off. So you ever seen this thing, you haven't seen much these days, but back in the day you used to have small revolvers and they'd be mounted on a rail on your arm underneath long sleeves. And
I played Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, you could it would come out on the rail. It was like that but in reverse, but with a cell phone out of the sleeve.
Okay, yeah. Very good.
And
I cannot wait for the scene when you try to call your hidden blade, but you accidentally call your cell phone. Wait, no, wrong.
Throw it in the person's face. Ah! And on the phone is Yamamaro Miyaso, my immediate superior.
Okay.
Who I wish to impress in a positive way.
Mm-hmm.
And since I don't play NPCs, unless you want me to, you take it.
Is that not with a Y?
It's Yamimaru.
Sorry, I just wrote it with an M on my.
Yamimaru, and your handwriting's pretty good, so I think I'm right.
Yeah, no, I wrote it wrong on mine.
Misao. Sorry, it's not me. Also, it's Misao. Misao. So Yamimaru Misao.
Yeah. So this is the sort of second in command of the Hirosaka agency, and I actually don't think that she would be talking to you directly. I think her assistant would be texting you.
Okay.
So if we want to roll really quick, and this is again something fantastic, especially not only because we're playing in Japan, but also because I can never ever think of a name on the
You want
spot.
me to do it, or what?
There are I can
You do it.
So there's tables everywhere. This page, which you can barely see, but it's a whole page of names. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna roll.
Or like name generation, because it's like
Yeah.
just like first and last, or last and first in the case.
Yeah, last and first name.
Last and
So I'm rolling 2d6. I'm gonna take the lower number as the first digit and the higher number as the second digit. So I got a 4 and a 6, so that's gonna be 46. Looking at my last name table, 46 is Kosaka. If I can spell. Kosaka. Alright. And then the last name is, I got 2 and a 3, so that's going to be 23 or this is the first name rather. So you are talking to Kosaka Setura, or Setura, and this is the assistant of Yamimaru Misao. And they're texting things, essentially like, Miss Yamimaru is too busy to come to the phone with you, but are you ready? Are you prepared for Miss Yamimaru?
Picture I'm answering all of this by looking down, but while looking like I'm not looking down. So
right.
My eyes are look closed, but really they're like very slightly open. I'm like, all is in readiness.
So what is your goal with this scene? Are you trying to you're not recovering?
Actually, my goal is that I thought I'd get Yamimaru Misao and I could do some positive bonding. So my goal is moot.
Are you trying to create an emotional bond over the phone?
I was attempting to create an emotional bond over cell phone, hidden in my sleeve with my eyes closed.
over the phone.
Remember, I do a performance, so
yeah. Well,
but I wasn't trying to create an emotional bond with this person who I don't really care about. So this might just become sort of a throwaway scene. So
I mean, so you can either receive their location or secret information, or you can make an emotional bond with them.
Well, I was gonna suck up to the boss, but since you can't suck up to the boss,
I'm not gonna give you that immediately in your first scene. It's not.
I'm gonna suck up to the boss's assistant. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
So tell me what to do. And I have performance under scheming. That doesn't seem like a helpful.
Describe to me what you were telling them, or what you have done in preparation for their arrival. Because I think in order to decide whether this is a positive or negative emotional bond, if you are actually able to impress them or not. So if you want to roll.
Like, want to give me more detail about what I've done with the Kamakiri? Was it Kamakini?
Kamakiri.
My handwriting is not as legible as yours.
So if describe what you've done, and then roll. We'll decide what you roll for a check, and I'll decide whether this is a.
I tell all about my plans. Like, I've got the Kamakiri hidden in the left eye of the Buddha. Mm-hmm. Behind it, there's a compartment. This is.
I'm kidding. I'm not gonna have a
compartment. No one here is aware of its presence, save for the as of yet unnamed other Hirosaka agency agent.
Do you want to roll for their name real quick?
Yeah, yeah.
So I think. So this isn't a bluff, because you're telling the truth, right? You haven't actually just left it out on the kitchen table or anything?
No, it's the truth.
So then I think it would be a performance check when you get to that, but let's do the name first.
Wait a minute, how does this work again?
So you can, you don't have to do the...
So. Oh, I see how it works, sorry.
Yeah.
No, I totally don't. But that's okay. I'll just choose some.
Okay, yeah, you can also totally do that.
All right. Okay. my fellow conspirator in the Hirosaka agency here in the Yoshimizu Shrine is Himuru Saya, who is a Zen nun.
So that's S-A-Y-A?
S-A-Y-A. Himuru Saya.
And what are their pronouns?
She, her.
And is she another assistant or like?
No, like another person like me who's been here forever, whose cover is that she's in the nunnery as opposed to the monastery.
Okay.
From what I've seen in pictures, pretty similar, but
Right.
not like segregated by gender.
We're gonna assume. I don't know if there are nunneries.
There are
Okay.
Zen nuns. Yeah.
Then yes, we're doing that.
Or at least there's Buddhist nuns, I presume.
So yeah, she is has helped you with this preparation. So I think if you want to roll a bluff check, which is maybe what I should have had you do to decide also sound the positive or negative of that, but
I'm not actually bluffing. I'm telling the truth.
oh, sorry, performance check.
Yeah.
That's specifically right. You're not bluffing.
Yeah.
So in order to do a skill check, I decide as the GM what skill they're rolling, and if they have that skill, it's always going to be a difficulty of they have to hit a 5 or above. And if you want to roll,
so I have performance as a skill. So that just means I need to roll a 5 or above on a 2d6.
Yeah. So 2d6, you add them together.
No. I roll 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, 5 or above.
Yes,
Right.
you got it. So there are other rules, but we'll talk about them as they come up. There are, critical failures essentially, which are fumbles and critical successes, but neither of those happen. So I think, yeah, the assistant seems suitably impressed. They text you back, it seems we were right to trust you with this mission, is what they text back. And if you want to roll, we're each going to roll 1d6 now for the emotion chart.
Okay,
So
emotion chart. Got it.
Here. So roll your 1d6.
1.
So that's empathy or mistrust. So since it's positive, we both got empathy. So
We both rolled 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
What happens if we roll different numbers?
Yeah.
Then you would each just get that. So let's say if I rolled a 1 and you rolled a 4, then I think you would have loyalty towards them and they would have empathy towards you. And you just have to sort of play that out. I think you're already rather loyal to them, but
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Oh, I'm super loyal because that's my order. Is my conviction.
Oh,
Order is
I
my
love that I'm
conviction.
friends with Yurichiro. Oh, that's nice.
Okay, so so I get this person as a people under the people chart.
Yeah.
What is their name again?
Their name is Kosaka Satura. So Kohsaka, and then
Kohsaka.
and Setura, and their pronouns are he, him.
And we have a emotional god of empathy.
Yeah. So I think they text you or he texts you I understand this is a lot of pressure to put on you, and I think you are performing well.
Thank you. Anything for Japan.
Yeah. Well, for your clan.
Same thing.
But yes. So let me write that down also. So another thing that it's not clear on in the book is if you're supposed to have emo bonds with NPCs. It says characters, so
it says
yes.
Emo Bonds next to people.
Yeah, especially since there's only 2 players here at the table, and me. You're lovely, GM. So next up,
I place my satanic token over my character.
yes. Listen, it's what I have. If you pay
Why?
as much as I did on Kickstarter for a full set of demonic coins, you gotta find out some way to use them.
Why?
Because I have money.
But why would you spend it on these?
Why not?
They're pretty cool looking.
They are, but also
And look, they didn't even this one's like deliberately damaged and stuff.
It's not.
So it looks like
it's not deliberate. It's just that they're all handmade.
But it looks like, have you ever seen like an ancient coin for 2,000 years ago? I own a few. They're always like this, always worn down and kind of messed up.
It's because they're handmade. Yeah.
So this is each of them have done a scene. Now I can do what are called master scenes whenever I want. I don't have to go in the order, so I could have done it in between them before and whichever. And this is where I take control of the narrative and all those things. So, and I don't have to do this. Sessions of Shinobigami can fully just be player scenes. But I want to do a quick one right now. It's going to be let's see. I think I want it to be there's nothing really, and I don't know if I'd have to roll for a master scene because it's just all NPCs. So I think we get a shot of a very sleek black limo sort of trundling down the road. What's the word for a car going?
Driving?
Driving, but the car's not driving. The person in the car is driving.
Run that by me. Now I'm confused. What is the word for what?
It's trundling. Don't worry about it.
But, okay, so it's driving slowly.
The car is going down the road. This is leaving this sort of. You see, it's not out of the city yet. It's just barely going towards the edges of this sort of city with high skyscrapers and all these things. Beautiful spring day, clear blue skies. You see in it a very well put together woman who just is down to every piece of hair, no lint, no dust anywhere. Perfect lipstick, just the right shade. These little, fashionable but not too fashionable glasses, and a little not a pantsuit. What's the one with the skirt?
Like power skirt.
No, I like
jumpsuit skirt. No. I know what you're talking about. It's like a business skirt. It goes with a business suit, but it's a skirt. It goes down to usually just about your knees.
Skirt suit.
Skirt suit.
Skirt suit.
All worked very professional jobs, obviously. So
we have to dress up a lot here at IPR. All the time.
So she is on her phone tapping away with, perfectly manicured nails. Next to her is this young man who is, looks as well put together, a nice haircut, clean shaven, all those things, who is also tapping on his phone. And he looks up and relays everything that you just told him to her. She gives no indication that she's heard besides a sharp nod, and you see a slight smile on her face.
It's like a villain from Food Wars. You ever seen the anime?
Food Wars? Yes.
Yeah, it's like a villain from. She's like a villain from Food Wars.
It's an anime. That's what we're doing. Yes, that's correct. That is the right vibe. I enjoy how you both put your tokens on the faces of your characters.
Well, he kept looking at me.
So,
they kept looking at you?
They.
That's what I said. They kept looking at you?
They. Both they.
I don't know.
They kept looking at they?
They kept looking at them? Are you talking about their character looking at your character?
No. I meant my character kept looking at me, and then I glanced at Sam's character and said, "They keep looking at you."
Okay.
They keep looking at them.
Anyways,
I tried that sentence construction out. Okay. Never mind. Sorry.
Well, you're ruining my traumatic
Let us move away from our usual thing of the digression podcast. So.
Okay. So, she smiles a bit, and you see her on her phone, and the car goes a little bit faster down the road. So, I'm going to circle back around. You'll want to clear your tokens off of your player character sheets. We start off again with Sam, the scene.
Ooh-wee.
You want to be that was crack-a-lackin'. Is it a drama scene or a battle scene?
It's another drama scene.
Okay, what are you trying to do first and foremost?
I'm going to try and continue scouting out because, I can't try to steal a sword during broad daylight.
Right, so are you trying to find, We can just do. So. What characters are there?
Well, I'm assuming there's tourists.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably a few people who are going to the temple to meditate.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are the monks who work there.
Just to be clear, you could say Jason's character is there.
I in fact haven't moved.
So yeah, he's probably
In
not.
hours.
Okay. But I mean, if this could be hours later, if Sam wants to call you into a scene, they can. But you don't have to if it's the same time of day.
For the time being, I'm moving my drama scenes very slowly
Okay, cool.
because I want to be prepared for combat scenes.
And because since it's cherry blossom season, everything's so
lethargic.
Yeah, it's kind of pretty, and we're building up to we want to build up slowly in this to the scene where the blood goes across the cherry blossom.
Right.
We're building some mood, and the mood is dreamy.
Okay.
It's like.
So you're also our other named characters currently are the other Hirosaka agent at the temple, Himuru Saya.
Miru Saya.
As well as the assistant. So are either of them there?
Both. The assistant's still cleaning, and
Right.
here Murasaya are they also undercover as a?
She is, yes, but she's
Okay.
in a slightly different garb, whatever the appropriate garb is for
I
that
think the
sort
garb's pretty similar, but she might be in a different part of the building.
Right.
Right.
So if you're scouting out, then perhaps help the assistant clean that up, and you're now moving on to other parts of the temple. You can see various artifacts. None of them look like the one you're looking for.
Can I check to see? I'm kind of curious if any of the other artifacts have any residual magic of any type.
Yeah, if you want to do that, if you want to roll, I think the appropriate skill for that
I
would
have
probably be.
clairvoyance.
That's so funny. Let me look.
Okay.
So.
And if you are watching this and you are in fact a Buddhist nun, please feel free to contact me through the Indie Press Revolution website, and I will and set me straight on garb and other matters.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can just Google it.
Please add us on Twitter. So I do think that this is more of an investigation check. Though, if you want to describe how specifically you're using clairvoyance to do this, what does clairvoyance look like? Do you go to a quiet, secluded part of the temple to do this? Then you can use clairvoyance. But you have to tell me how that happens, and you're not just using your human eyeballs.
I'm thinking clairvoyance is probably a more discreet form of magic that just requires a sort of like a more meditative mindset and concentration.
So clairvoyance is your psychically looking at things. So I'm gonna need some sort of spooky happenings, and not just I close my eyeballs and then poof.
Fine.
What does it look like?
I think that probably not. Forgive me for interrupting, Sam. I apologize. Wouldn't it be pretty normal for pilgrims or people to come in and pray and meditate in various parts of the shrine?
Yes,
So
but
I think you'd be out of the ordinary.
if this is an anime, what spooky symbol appears in front of your face for a minute and glows briefly? What is the shot here? What's a cool thing that happens to show the audience that you're using your magic?
Okay, I will sort of scout around, look along like a wall of artifacts, and as I'm doing so, my eyes temporarily flash a sort of dark blood red with not pentagrams, that's too Christian.
Just like a swirly.
Yeah, with
some kanji. Like there's a kanji that means something, your eyes turn the kanji.
Yeah, because I have kododama, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
And with that sort of black silhouette.
Are you using kododama to enhance your eyesight so you can see spooky stuff?
No, I'm using clairvoyance. I'm just saying I also have kododama, so having kanji as a running symbol would make sense.
Okay.
So yeah, I do that, my eyes flash red, and I pray that nobody sees. Because I am angsty. I'm not angsty.
So why don't you roll that skill? The challenge level, or target number, I believe is a specific term, is 5. Because you have that skill.
6.
Nice. So you successfully do that. I think... so are you trying to... you're trying to gain info. You're trying to see if any of the other items here have magical properties.
Yes, which is secret information.
I think that is secret information. So, I guess this might be a question for you. Do you think that there are other? I would say yes. There are probably ones that have lesser, because I think every item in a temple has some amount. It's just about like, is it even powerful to be worth taking?
So let's just think about this. So we're not. This isn't a Shinto temple. Right? This is, or it might actually be in real life in Japan. But for the sake of the game, it's a Buddhist temple.
Mm.
So of the super minimalist Zen variety. So I would say maybe there's some other artifacts around, but I wouldn't say everything feels magical.
I mean, there's specifically artifacts, right? And if they're artifacts in a Buddhist temple, they're there for a reason. I think it's less about whether they have spiritual sort of residual essence on them, and rather how much of that power they have. So, like, if it would be worth taking, or if you're just like, I have more power than that thing. And for that, I think I'll roll a luck check, which isn't a thing in this game, but I think you did get a success on seeing if stuff's there. So I think, like I said, you can see that everything, like, glows in your vision, goes sort of black and white sepia tone for a bit, and you can see it outlined in red. Everything's very faint, but whether there's anything there that has any, like, I mean, if you're in the part of the temple that has the women in it, you're probably far enough away that I don't think. Can you see through walls with this?
It's clairvoyance, which is in this game narratively like being able to see space and time. So I'd probably more so see in the past if there was any sort of like.
That seems like a very open-ended power.
Yeah. Well, here's what I think you can see. You can see.
But I can't see through walls. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Right, yeah. So you can see residual, very light, faint traces of sort of spiritual energy on, most things in the temple, but they're so dim that you don't even think you need to bother with any of it.
Background holiness.
Yeah. But what you do see is this sort of trail of a much stronger power, sort of. In the anime, what we see is that everything goes sepia tone. You sort of look around, you see this, and then you catches a really blood red trail going throughout the air of an imprint of something that was being moved through this room before.
I would like to follow the trail.
All right, and as we sort of go to black on that scene, what is Issei now?
So we're going to pick up the scene where Sam has left it off.
Mm-hmm.
So Sam is following the trail. The trail then leads into sort of large. I'm grasping for terms here. I'm gonna use some Christian terms for lack of knowing what the actual Japanese terms are.
Right.
So into like the chapel area with the altar and sorts of things.
Right.
And which is probably not super unusual.
I don't know. I've watched a lot of anime. I did watch the anime that had Buddha and Jesus Christ as roommates, and there was not a lot of temples in that one.
I forget that one exists.
There's a sauna.
Well, that's because they're going to college.
Are they going to college?
Why else would they be roommates?
Because they're just chilling and rent is expensive. The economy these days, being a god doesn't pay what it used to.
All right. Okay, let me try to frame this more dramatically.
You can turn water into wine.
So someone, that is a pretty useful skill economically speaking.
Or when you're in college.
Yeah, or also.
Into vodka.
Being that Issei Noatu is a Zen monk who is also a ninja.
Right. Yes.
Who is also a member of the Hirosaka agency and therefore probably very paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's the point of being an ultranationalist if you're not very paranoid? Mm-hmm. I presume I sense the presence of someone entering the room because it disturbs my stillness and contemplation of nothingness.
I mean, the question is then, so are you, like, you're following the trail, we see you following the trail all the way to this room, and You are entering it, is what is set up here.
That's right. You've left your scene and you're entering the scene that I'm framing for you.
Cool. Yeah.
Right.
Well, can I put a scene in through where it's a little bit later in the day, so it's like sort of darker, so you would have reason to think that like the temple has mostly emptied out. So this is not you in broad daylight being, and now into this closed door that I don't think anybody would usually let me into. But
So like
hey.
the end of my scene was I walked up to a large closed door. I looked around. Was like, there's still people here. I know where to go now, so I'll come back later.
Yeah. So
Well,
you're
wait. But I want to say I notice.
But
What's your character's name again?
Nezu
Full name?
Rin.
Nezu Rin.
So I'm assuming you're setting up a combat scene here.
I don't know yet. I think I'm setting up actually a drama scene before the combat scene because it's cherry blossom time. Things move slowly.
Also, we don't know that we're the other person's enemy right now.
So there's no need. I'm not like going to leap right in. We have a drama scene that will then probably lead to.
Let's say you have been meditating for many hours.
Or pretending to.
Right. It's now sort of evening dusk. You know, the sunset is just sort of last fading over the mountain as you carefully, no noise, you're a ninja. This door doesn't creak, but you are.
I'm also a ninja.
And you feel the barest breath of a breeze across the back of your neck as Nezu enters the room.
I say, standard hours for prayer and meditation are between 10 and 4 to the public.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to walk in on you. I was just wondering what this room was.
I turn. We have eye contact.
Why do you guys have eye contact with
Ta-da!
You're talking to each other.
Well, because actually they were talking to the back of my head.
This is true.
So
Stare at me.
So, okay, sorry.
If you want to stare at the audience, stare at them.
Yes. So we have the thing that you see in martial arts films. I turn and we look where the camera goes like way too far in. It goes like all the way in, and the eyes shift or stare, whichever you prefer.
Yes.
With your eyes.
And you said you have a mask on, right?
Yes, of course.
So
it's a global pandemic. You gotta be safe.
Very modern day. Wow.
And yet, that's a bit ninja-like.
Yeah. You know, masks are common in Japan. You don't have to bring them.
That's the joke. That's the joke.
Okay.
That's actually why I'm doing it.
So,
that's my
Jason. What were you saying?
I was saying, I wish also to take a brief moment for the viewers to discuss this very interesting skill matrix chart. But
yes.
So I wish to make an investment. So here we are. We're doing the thing with the artifact, and suddenly this person shows up and walks in like during non-standard hours. So I'm now going to make an investigation check to see.
So what I'm doing.
This person is who they say they are.
So I'm just very quickly, guys, looking over to make sure that there's nothing that I think would work better than that.
So there's this cool skill matrix chart where you have a certain number of skills, like on you guys can't see this, but on the chart it's a rectangle, but like the more you move away to a different skill from the skill you have, the more penalties you get to being able to make it.
I think that he should use curse, not because it's the one furthest from all of his other skills,
but just because it's as far away as any skill can possibly be.
So here's an interesting question, right? What's the difference between investigation and analysis?
I feel like analysis would be like analyzing information, whereas investigation would be studying for information. Does that make sense? Analysis requires you have stuff already, whereas investigation is in.
So
where's analysis?
Analysis is the next row over. It's strategy 4 up from the bottom. So,
there it is.
Here, I can look at the descriptions of the skills in the
Well,
book.
no, you're the game master. If you say it's analysis, it's analysis. Also, this might give us an opportunity to use the skill matrix so that the audience can still see the skill matrix being used.
And also because I think it would be interesting if you did fail on this roll.
Okay.
So,
narratively speaking.
Yeah.
All right. So I go. So I'm at a 5 or more, right?
So
then I move towards analysis.
Hold on. Yes.
I go 6 or more.
So what you're doing is, what is your skill that is the closest to analysis?
Physically, or that is
physically.
close. performance, it's only 2 away.
Okay.
But is that how it works, or should it be whatever like the skill?
So it's the one that's closest on the board physically.
Okay,
So-
that's a little strange, but I can see how it works better mathematically because otherwise you'd be failing a lot.
So I can double check this really quick. Sam, what were you saying?
It says specifically that analysis is analyzing and breaking down an enemy's powers and capabilities, whereas investigation is, how does it say that? Pulling together evidence on people, places, and things.
So which one do you think would be
Investigation. We're not in a combat scene.
investigation?
I think that sounds analysis sounds more combat, and it's under the
Analysis
strategy
is like-
column as opposed to the scheming column.
There's 6 columns, by the way.
Yeah. There's 6 columns with 12 entries. 11 entries each. But there's should I say it out loud so the viewers can see it?
Yeah.
There's tech, martial arts, stealth, scheming, strategy, and sorcery.
So
For those of you who know me, yes, most of my skills are under sorcery.
So yeah, so I do think that investigation works here. So I think you can roll investigation. The other thing that I can do as a GM is I can decide if I want to add a +1 or a -1 to the roll, if I think this should be a little bit easier or a little bit harder. And while adding a +1 would only make this a 6, I do think that you are both the same skill level of ninja. So I do think I'm gonna add 1. Because you are both masters of disguise, making this target number a 6 rather than a 5.
No.
Wow.
I fail.
Either way. So you got
Oh, it's just a tourist.
Yeah. So you got a 4, which means that you
I
have
say, oh well, join me and remember the gift shop is to the left.
yeah.
When you leave on the
Which I think this is a tourist destination, so there probably is legitimately a gift shop, or at least in our fantasy.
Hey, monks gotta eat.
Yeah.
I'm more of a hitchhiker, though.
So you can go, as you came in, you saw a gift shop.
I'm a hitchhiker.
I am
that's all
not
it
very
is.
discriminating. You're just a not monk.
Yeah, you're
As far
a
as
tourist.
you're not ninja, not monk, as far as I can.
So failing a roll just simply means that you don't get what you wanted. So
Yeah,
you don't get the info. So yes, that would be the end of those. I don't think that there's a master scene in here. I just think we're gonna go over to Sam's next scene. If you guys want to clear a token, we're not having the tokens, but we're supposed to have
Let's
them.
throw out there that ninja monk would be actually a really good name for an anime series if there isn't one already.
I'm sure there's one out
Ninja
there.
monk pirate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ninja monk pirate who travels the seas and ultimately becomes a cowboy.
And then,
Ooh, yes.
okay, so ninja monk pirate, and then we need either something sort of unintelligible in English, like ninja monk pirate capture 0,
Mm-hmm.
or ninja monk pirate cowboy of verb.
Cowboy blood.
Oh no, but like ninja monk pirate cowboy kapow, or like just like a verb, like
Okay, yes. But
Cowboy huzzah. Cowboy
Cowboy.
onomatopoeia.
yeah, cowboy banzai.
But would you be all these things at once, like you were in fact the character Buckaroo Banzai from the 80s?
Uh-huh.
Or would it be like your series be a progression as you start out as a ninja, then you repent,
Then
you
you
become a
begin
monk,
classing.
and then you're kidnapped and you become a pirate,
It's
and
just
then
a
they
story
land in
of
the
a-
United States and you become a cowboy.
It's just a
Yeah.
story of a D&D bro got way off course.
No, it's like a D&D character who keeps. So I'm a 6th level thief. I don't like being a thief. I think I'm going to become a dual class 1st level.
Yeah.
I had a
Wizard.
character who had 1 level in Rogue and 15 levels in Druid.
Nice. So, this is your scene. If you want to set up, you are in the
Yeah, I'm
chamber.
in this room.
No, but it's an endless coming of age series.
And
You just get older and older, but you keep having to come of age. Like when you start off as ninja, you really have your young boy coming of age.
Mhm.
But then monk, you're having your young man coming of age,
Yeah.
and then pirate, it's middle-aged man coming of age, and then you're an old man cowboy.
endless midlife crisis.
Amazing.
Or person. So-
Yeah,
Who just retired from the South.
with their boy.
Absolutely.
So what are you doing?
Do I
here?
still see the red line, or is that gone?
So I think you would have to use
Clairvoyance.
I think if you're trying to be discreet, like, have you had glowing red eyes this whole time?
Yeah, that might have helped my roll.
That might have helped us roll.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say clairvoyance. I turned it off.
You turned
I
that
blinked and it was like.
flick on and off like a light switch. As soon as you saw someone else was in this room, you were like, blink.
Or no, I want to say like once I realized, oh, the red light ends here. I turned it off so nobody would think I was weird walking around with like red eyes.
What I'm gonna say here is I think you followed this up to this door, right? You opened it, you saw a person, you canceled the clairvoyance, so you did not see that it was.
What we said before was like I walked up, but it was still daylight, and I was like, I shouldn't go into this door. Well, people are still here, so I came back at the end of the day, and I turned off clairvoyance then.
I think what Rose is saying is the line doesn't read to an exact location because you turned off the power as you realize someone was in there.
You do not specifically see that this thing is in the Buddha's left eye.
Oh yeah, no. I
Yes.
just know it's in this room.
Yes.
So there's a person here.
There's a person here.
So
do you want to? I mean, they're obviously on the scene with you, or
they are in the scene. Right?
Okay.
We're gonna pick up right after because this is a great time for a drama scene.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to know. I walk in. I'm like,
or a combat scene. You could try to assassinate them. Just.
That is true. I don't know. I do need to. I'm actually gonna. I'm aiming for peace.
You know what? You can be like, you can do a Trotsky on me. I'm sitting here thinking, and you're like, how comes the ice pick?
Well, not master scenes, but in main phase combat scenes, you cannot die.
So not much like Trotsky then.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
you get pretty.
My conviction is peace, so I'm not one for killing unnecessarily.
Okay.
Especially when I do have the ability to say a word and have people do things.
Okay.
So I'm going to just like I assume he calms down. He tells me about the tour shop. I'm like, okay, so I'm probably fine. And I'm just like, oh.
He never got excited.
Yeah.
He never gets excited.
That's a good point. So I'm like, oh, thank you. I'm actually a hitchhiker. I don't have a whole lot of money. But I'd love to come join you in meditating for a little bit if that's okay.
Role play.
Certainly. Certainly.
Do a role play. So no.
Okay, everyone, we're going to role play Buddhist meditating. So 5 minutes of silence.
I'm gonna say. So another thing is technically and this is something I again forgot in the first scene that you did. But technically, each scene that you do is meant to contain a role in it.
Yeah,
so
I know. I'm building up to it.
Hold on. Your role does not have to be right now. Your scene can go on for as long as you want. You can say, and then we meditated for 5 hours, and then I left, and then my role happens. You don't have to say, we can time skip here. You don't have to say, I roll to meditate. Not every action you do is a role.
No, I don't plan on rolling to meditate. I have a plan.
Okay.
After a little bit of meditation, because, it's important. I am literally in tune with spirits, so it seems like a good idea to probably meditate, just kind of vibe for a bit. And then I would like to use my Kododama to say the word leave and try to direct him out of the room.
Okay, so you're trying to hold on. Can you do that to a person?
Can you use the force on me?
Yeah, essentially.
Kododama has a produce magical.
This isn't the nothingness you've been contemplating.
Yeah. Hold on. We're flipping through some books here, folks.
It's up to you, is what it says, pretty much.
I would like to say.
While a creative player could try to exploit the versatility of Kododama, the GM should feel free to rein in if they think the players go too far.
So, Kododama is subtle. Drawing fire on a sheet of paper and throwing it may cause the paper to magically burn like a torch for a few seconds. It will not summon a pyromancy-grade fireball or blow up a building. So
yeah, I'm hoping saying leave is subtle enough that he'll just kind of be like, okay, well,
controlling a person is not subtle.
Okay.
I like to point out too that how could you would think a monk would have a lot of willpower because it's a monk. Yeah. And I've been pretending to be one for 10 years. How can you pretend to be a monk for 10 years and for nothing?
So I don't want to know and you, but I am going to say that I do not think you can use this as the mind force thingy make people do things because that's extremely OP, even if it is just a one-word command.
Okay.
I think that especially since this would be a manipulation check instead, most likely, because that is more. You're trying to manipulate him into leaving the room. Okay,
so in that case, I'll rephrase it and be like,
I mean, if you can tell me how you use Kododama to make him leave the room, besides just mind controlling him. Perhaps there is a noise outside or something like that. But then you would have to describe how that works. Because I think you could put a kodama for something like bang, an onomatopoeia. Is that the right word?
Yeah, bangs and on.
Yeah. An
Yeah.
onomatopoetic word and slip it under the door or something.
I can use manipulation. So instead I'll just be like, hey, how long have you been meditating? If you don't mind me asking.
Okay, let me think of a suitably cryptic answer.
Mm-hmm. As long as the dew has been on the leaf of the bamboo tree.
No, I was thinking more like, there's not a question of how long I have been meditating. The question of how long meditating has been eyeing.
Well, we'll assume you said something like
I
that.
think
Something that sounds cooler in Japanese.
The translation's off.
Yeah.
I think you
I think it was good up until you said I.
So I'm just gonna say, I think you
Am
might
I
be.
the meditator, or is the meditation I?
I think you.
That's good.
Okay, I was gonna be like, I think you might have some low blood sugar. You should probably eat. Your brain's a little scrambled, but I guess I'll rephrase that all.
I don't consume sugar.
No, but like
I
natural
only
sugars.
eat of the dew of the leaf and the
Okay.
Wisdom of the
I'll
fivefold
say. Would you be willing to give me a tour or show me around? Or maybe I don't know.
Jiro!
Could I have some?
Uh,
Could I have some peaceful meditation? Could I have some like isolated meditation?
So I think you call for Jiro.
Could I say with that second one actually? Hey, do you think it'd be okay if I had some isolated meditation?
Isolated.
Jiro!
Jiro comes rushing. Yes. What is it, Master?
Take our guest to a cell so that they might pursue meditation in complete isolation in the perfect deprivation of senses.
Cells?
Like monk's cells,
Oh,
not like a prison
yes,
cell.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
I
Not
kind
a
of
prison cell.
hoping I could meditate in here. I don't want to go too far into the
Oh.
temple.
This is the master's chamber. No one else really meditates in here except
Take-
for the lovely nun that comes in sometimes.
Take our guest to the third Buddha room
Oh yes,
on
of
the left
course.
wing.
And sort of comes to bows and is sort of trying to herd you out. Now this is we didn't let you roll. Is the thing here.
I was going to roll for manipulation.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You did. You were. Sorry, I was just role playing it out. You want to try to manipulate me? Roll for it. Absolutely.
You want to roll for it's going to be a check for 5.
6,
You have
actually.
manipulation.
A 6.
I have multiplicity, which is right next to manipulation.
So can you? Okay, wait. Hold on.
Because
So we should explain. We should go ahead
Yeah.
and reiterate the explanation to the viewers that
So the skill matrix, which you cannot see, but if you look it up, it has this. Or Sam, would you run over and put your sheet so they can see?
that's a good idea.
So you can see the skill matrix here is this sort of grid of things. And in order to, if you're trying to use a skill you don't have, what you do is count the spaces between the nearest skill that you do have and the skill that you're trying to use. So in this case, since they're going 1 over from multiplicity to manipulation, and usually you would count that gap in between, but since they have the skill multiplicity, we don't count that gap. I talk about this more in the other video I did about Shinobigami on this channel, if you want to go check that out. This is going to be a target number of 6.
make sure to check it out after you finish watching the
After
stream,
you
though.
finish watching the stream, oh my gosh. Okay. Or if it's after the fact, I'll link it somewhere.
Oh, that's a good roll. Oh, I suddenly feel the urge.
And
That's
would
a
you-
4.
It's a 4.
Oh, you roll below.
So you fail.
So I
So-
guess I'll just.
It does play out. You have Yuri Jiro sort of, herding
I'm
you.
actually
this
friends
way.
with Yuri, so it's cool. I trust him.
Say leads you to a different chamber that looks a smaller statue of Buddha. As you are walking through the halls, you do pass by this nun who is heading towards your chamber. I see this young woman. Do you want to describe this as sort of your creation? I can describe, dressed in the traditional garb however that looks of this temple, passes by you guys and bows to you both as they head towards your chamber and you head towards meditation spot. Who are you texting?
No one. I'm googling Buddhist nun to see what they dress like.
Choice.
Pretty much like Buddhist monks.
Yeah, pretty much. They shave their heads, not as close, and they wear more of a.
I think they get a more colorful robe.
Yeah,
Cool.
and they wear more of a shawl.
But which I mean one color. It's not like colorful like. Yeah.
It's got a bright pigment.
So yeah, you see it's not a super young woman because you said your character is around 30 years old.
Yeah.
So I think this woman is about the same age as you. And so as you
Seems pretty super young to me these days.
as you head off to go to a meditation room, we can resolve that later. I'm going to do a master scene here of with you and Himuru Saya, who before the door can even close, the big door can even close after she slips in right before it closes and bows to you and comes sits next to you, and you both have a very one eye open, glancing at each other.
We communicate in thieves. What is it like? Like the ninja version of thieves can't.
Yes, but for the purpose of this, we'll say it out.
Huh? Yeah, but we're really like communicating with
it's
abstract hand sign language.
Very subtle hand motions. Sign language. That in the anime you would see the subtitles at the bottom of the screen.
Yes.
But for this, we'll say. And she goes.
No, I got it. Mm-hmm. Our prayer beads actually have coded, like you touch the prayer bead.
Oh, that's very good.
That's actually coded language.
Mm-hmm. Depending on which one.
Which kanji's on the prayer bead.
That's very good.
They're all slightly different pigments of wood.
Or something like that, yeah. Whatever's visually most impressive.
Right. As she comes in, she says to you, who was your visitor there?
Some tourist.
Tourist? Moved more gracefully than most tourists that I see around here.
Just use spell whatever in the kanji for.
Just like grumpy.
I did not notice.
Grunt.
Well, you were, I assume, so deeply meditating. Whatever kanji means sarcasm.
LOL. I received
LMAO. Oh my god.
I received a phone call from Horasaka Satura.
Oh, they're on their way then?
Yes. They that is the assistant of Yamamuro Miyaso. They're both on their way here.
I'm aware of that. You don't have to tell me the name of the second in command to our great leader of our clan.
Or doing it for whoever might have not turned into a previous episode.
Well,
I'm sorry, it's an anime, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. The barrier between
the
fourth wall is crumbling.
So she goes.
Just like Food Wars.
She goes. Well, everything seems prepared, though. You may want to go take care of that. Why were they in this room specifically? Could it have just been a mistake?
They were trying to talk me into leaving the room.
That seems very suspicious! Exclamation point.
Or a series of you guys. Okay, this is gonna date me. But do you guys ever read Saturday morning like the cartoon strips and everything? Comics where profanity was always a stream of ampersands and hash marks and stuff?
Oh yes.
So that.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I go to my grandparents' house, they just have a stack of newspapers and all over
Saturday. So Saturday morning comics profanity,
Key smash essentially.
Yeah.
So do you very gracefully?
I gracefully stand up, adjust my sleeves, bow. We both bow. I'm bowing.
Bow. She goes into a lotus pose in order to sort of guard this while you're not there. And since this is, I was about to be like, what do you do? But no, this is my scene. And I'm going to say it ends here.
Okay.
So you move on to your scene now.
Oh, I did have the thing over my face, which, by the way, I'm looking down at myself.
Yes. We can, if you check the Instagram, we'll have pictures of these character sheets up on there. And we might also post them to the Twitter. Who knows?
Oh!
Wink, wink, wink.
Great.
Wink, wink, wink. What do you do for your scene?
I I head into the third Buddha room on the east wing or whatever nonsense I said earlier.
So I think just to make this very dramatic, what Yurijiro has led you to, perhaps on your request, is this actually sort of the outside, right? So you have like this pathway and the
Because cherry blossom.
yes.
Also because we're friends.
So there's this pathway, and there's this room that has a sliding door that leads into it from the outside, from this like courtyard area. And so you're in there. Is the door open or closed in your little like? What are you?
It's open.
Okay.
Yuri's probably in there, and I just was like, hey, I know I said I wanted to meditate isolated, but I kind of want to chat a bit. I want to see how you're doing.
So,
Did you finish your chores?
never. I never finish my chores.
Do you want some help? I can come back tomorrow.
It would be so incredible.
Of course, of course.
So you come upon this scene of them sort of chatting with each other. Your assistant is being very lazy, almost sort of sloth. Like, this is not exactly
Jiro.
proper behavior. Yes,
There's rice that needs cooking.
yes, of course, of course.
Make sure it's very plain.
Yes, of course. And sort of skitters off. Skitters?
I come down and
Skedaddle.
assume the meditational position next
absconds.
to Sam's character.
Mm-hmm.
They abscond.
So at this point,
For all those homestucks out there.
no, shut up. We don't say that word on this channel. So as you sit down next to him, the moon is coming up over the top
Oh,
of
is it
the
dark?
mountain,
Okay.
and it's sort of a nighttime. Well, it was evening, so now it's nighttime. You see how the time is?
We
Okay.
skipped time between my scene and your scene where I
Yeah.
walked in.
Okay. I mean, see, I'm just thinking for the most dramatic, like cherry blossom action moments. Maybe you're not at night, or maybe they are. Depends on how good the animator is.
Well,
We'll see. Our
it's-
animator
oh,
is
so
very
choice.
good.
No, it's sort of a maybe not quite a full moon, but we're almost there. So it's bright enough as it comes
Okay.
over the mountain and lights up this courtyard.
There's a light breeze, so
Yes,
there's lots of cherry petals.
They're swirling around. And what do you
So I seated next to them. I switched to the secret dialect of Japanese that all ninjas, but only ninjas, know how
Yeah.
to speak.
Okay. You can make that a thing.
I am.
Great.
Who sent you?
No one.
Well,
Do you say
I'm
that back in the ninja language?
No.
I'm speaking to you.
You're just like,
I'm speaking to you in ninja.
Oh, right.
Amen.
I just kind of look at you like, what? Pardon?
I'm not a person in the scene.
Pardon?
We just have to talk to each other.
Pardon?
I said, which clan has sent you?
Is it still in the ninja
Yes.
language?
Could be no tourist as graceful as you.
What?
Cool. Good. Yes, Andy.
I am. I'm pretending I have no idea what he's saying.
All right, I'm going to end my scene or your scene.
So
or
technically, you
you
have to-
in the master scene there.
I already ended the master scene, so this is your scene now.
Oh,
So you technically have to make a roll, a skill check
to end
of
the
some
scene.
sort.
Okay.
Or so if you want this to be a do you want this to be a drama or a combat scene?
I'm pretending I have
must-
no idea what you're saying.
I must look
so.
something up.
Okay. Because
In this wonderful product that you should all purchase from Indie Press Revolution.
It's got some nice art. The character designs is
so
impeccable.
guys, so
There's also a dog with an
There is a dog with a knife, which is not something you see every day, even out here in the Black Rock Desert.
Can you see it? I don't think
You
can
typically
it.
see either a dog or a knife, but not the two together.
usually, if you want to stand up and show our audience while Jason looks this up, whatever you're trying to show them.
It's the dog with a knife. It's called a ninja beast, and it's a dog with a knife.
Oh.
Very adorable.
Very good.
So look at this. Like listen to this description slide of hand. So this backs up our previous complete inventions in the plot. Hand-eye coordination and manual dexterity can perform precise movements and quickly execute ninja secret magical hand gestures.
Mm-hmm.
There we are.
They're talking about the Naruto thing, though. But
Kaji team, whatever that might be.
I-
Presumably that's what secret magical ninja hand gestures are
Sure.
called. Using sleight of hand,
Mm-hmm.
Wait, but what if you fail?
then I will be rude.
You'll
So,
mess up your relationship.
Well, with you and I don't have a relationship.
No, with the NPC. This
No,
could be.
I'm with you.
No. Okay, setting the scene. He has just walked into your room that Jiro showed you to.
Oh, I
He
thought
has
you
sat
chased Jiro
down
out.
next to you and is attempting to interrogate you in the secret ninja language, saying that he knows that you are a ninja, and by speaking it, you now also know that he's a ninja.
So this,
What's
okay.
happening?
this is kind of hard, and it's hard for me to sort of explain
Mhm.
what I want to do, but it makes sense if you watched a lot of anime.
Mhm.
Which is, I wish to use sleight of hand
Mhm.
to grab the aha thing away from Sam's character. If you're
Okay.
not a ninja, why do you have this? And I pull out like I sleight of hand out
Right.
like a sword out of the robe or
So-
whatever it is. I'm not
so-
sure what's dramatically.
So does your character have a symbol, or is it just their swords, or something on them that would mark them as a ninja?
Hold on. I'm sure. They have a like a what's a weapon that could reasonably be put in a backpack that is ranged?
Short, or a bow, a crossbow, there are
Nunchucks.
Nunchucks. Well, no, that's not long range. So there's a type of bow that you can fold it in on itself, and then it comes and it pops out again, and then you can shoot from that.
That.
Okay, so you have one of those in your bag.
Yeah.
I think that might be a little bit hard to grab. Do you have a symbol of the cult that is the Bloodline of Oni cover story, something along those lines?
Yes, also that. I have it. It's tucked into my trench coat, like inner pocket.
So
if I ever come across someone and I know they're an Oni, I can be like, what?
So
That's the thing.
okay. So
Though the bow, actually, how I get a folding bow
Hmm.
out of a backpack is actually not that hard because it's
a backpack.
a
filled
big
with-
long thing in a backpack.
Yeah, right, with a bunch of other stuff in it. Well, I mean, I assume it's easy.
But
for
it
you to
doesn't like
pull out.
fold down to be that big.
No, listen.
It like folds in
There's
half.
other stuff on top.
It would look wild if you open this dude's bag, sit next to him, open his bag really quickly, reach in. You're like, no, that's underwear. No, that's food. No, that's trail mix. And they go, with like garbage flying everywhere.
That would look really great. I want to do that.
When we can just reach into a pocket and have you pull something out that way, especially if it's meant
It's
to
also
be.
a lot easier to justify having a bow and arrow than it is to justify having a symbol
it's
of
not
a cult.
It's a ninja.
Hold on, guys.
It's a ninja folding bow.
If you're trying to do sleight of hand, grabbing the bow will not be sleight of hand. That will be something else. If you
Okay,
want to
all
do
right.
that and use a different skill, you can.
Yes, Game Master.
Okay.
I will grab the cult symbol of Children of Oni and go, aha!
Bloodline.
Bloodline. Sorry.
Okay.
That's like a translation thing, isn't it?
Also-
Children and Bloodline.
So again, this isn't so.
Also, it's easier to justify having a bow and arrow than a symbol of a cult ninja group.
So go ahead and roll.
Let's see if I have a perfect record so far with my rolling. I missed everything.
You have what is this again? Sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand.
Oh, I see. And you have that skill?
I do.
Okay, then go ahead. It's gonna be a 5.
I don't, but I do have control.
Got a 4. So as
Blah, blah, blah.
This man
Sorry.
reaches towards my pocket. I'm like, excuse me.
yeah, you grab his hand, right?
I am AFAB, so that would definitely translate as attempted sexual assault.
Okay. Or a ninja trying to get your secret thing in your pocket, because we don't have to go there.
Sorry.
So
I say, no one who's not a ninja could grab my ninja hand that fast in ninja.
So- you grab his hand. Don't, Sam.
I'm paying attention.
Okay.
Sorry.
You have grabbed his hand. What do you do next?
I'm continuing to pretend as if I have no idea what he's saying. Because I don't want to kill
While you
him.
grab my hand with ninja-like speed, because I'm a ninja.
Okay, that's a good point. Fine.
Yes. Your cover is blown.
Boo. I'll do a combat round then.
All right, we can see how combat works in this.
Yes.
So I cover my face, and Sam and I uncover
I mean,
because we are tokens because we.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
you
Now we can see how this works.
now if you really don't want to do a battle scene, I can do a master battle.
No, it's all
scene
good.
That makes it
No,
uncomfortable.
let's
No,
try
I can do it. It's
because actually we've been here an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So
this
let's
is
do the battle
supposed to
scene
be,
so we can demonstrate battle scene.
Yeah, a rather combat heavy game.
Yeah.
So, even though your character is geared towards peace, they have and will kill people.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
And I guess at this point my cover would be blown, so I'll do it.
Right. So, battle scenes.
Alright,
If you want to determine the battlefield, if it's in your room or if it's out on the courtyard,
we'll say that it's in the room for now.
Okay.
It starts in the room.
Right. Next, we're going to do plot. So plot is essentially initiative, but it's done in a really cool way. So Sam, if you would go show the velocity system to the camera. So as you can see here, there's numbers from 0 to 7, and having a plot of either 0 or 7 gives special things. You can put that up. So what you're going to do is you're each going to take a d6, and you're going to pick a number from 1 to 6, and you're going to put it under. So you're going to pick it, not show the person, put it under your hand, right like this. And when I say 3, 2, 1, and then you're going to lift off and show it. The goal is to have the highest initiative so you want to go first. Higher number goes first. But with the higher plot that you have, the more likely you are to get a fumble or a critical failure, right? So let's say that you choose to have a plot of 3, so then you might go before someone who has a plot of 2, but your fumble area will be if you roll a 3 or below, you will have a critical failure, right? So, as you guys have both chosen your plots, so you want to go 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
It's stuck on you. Alright.
Can we try that again?
Put it back on what you chose.
Yeah.
You're all sweaty here. Alright. Maybe not laying on it.
I'm gonna like, yeah, there we go. Okay, alright.
3, 2, 1, go.
We found
Absolutely
a slight mechanical flaw in the way this game works.
The way that we're playing the game. Don't crush
Vision,
your
this
guys'
is
palm.
no match for the sweaty palm.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't squish your dice.
So now put your die on the matching point here. So for those of you watching, Sam chose 5 and Jason chose a 3, which means that Sam is going to go first, but also if they roll a 5 or lower, they will have a fumble.
I should have gone with 4.
Jason will go second, but if he rolls a 3 or lower, he will have a fumble. And that is the whole thing. Is like you could have picked 4 and you would have a less chance of fumbling, but picking 5 means that you did still get to go first. So you go first in this battle. You're going to do an attack here. So the way that attack works is you're going to pick a Ninpo. Yeah, Ninpo. You're going to roll the associated or assigned skill with it, and then narrate what happens. And you roll a defending roll.
Alright.
I'm going to have to look up.
There's only a 1 in 6 chance that I don't fail.
Well, no, so if you roll above the... Hold on. Let me look this up.
If you roll, you have to roll on the fumble chart if you fail. And the
Yeah.
fumble chart has varying effects.
It doesn't mean that you don't do what you want. So here we go, combat scenes. So hold the music. Okay, so you make an attack. You choose an info, right? You select an opponent. In this case, I'm guessing Jason's character.
On the available one.
And then you're going to roll a skill check using the assigned skill of the chosen info. If the attack check is a success, the defending player, in this case you, makes a dodge check. A dodge check is a skill check using the same skill that was used to make the attack check. So
Okay, well let's see if he succeeds first, then I will try. Can I use an info?
not yet. You can on your turn.
But how? But then why do I have one that's actual combat damage is negate ninpo?
We can talk about.
All right. We'll get there.
What ninpo are you using?
Close combat.
Okay. So if you want to roll, you're rolling the skill assigned to it, so you're going to need 2d6. Do you need another d6?
Yeah, so you need 3d6 for the game?
I guess we do, yeah.
I mean, you can take this back because then you remember that you.
Okay. I guess I'll be using contortionism.
If that is the assigned skill.
It's any.
So once you assign a skill to it, you have to mark that down because that's the skill you're always going to roll for that.
Oh,
Ninpo.
did we need to assign a skill to close combat then? Because that came stock with this.
Yeah, you can do that as you use them, so you don't have to think about that right now. But Sam, since
But once we assign one, it's assigned, right?
yes.
Hey, contortionism. Let's go. That's a 9.
So you
Yes.
so you succeed because I believe the difficulty level is just a skill check. So the difficulty level was 5. So you succeed and you don't get a fumble. Now you make a dodge check using, what did you use? Contortionism?
Contortionism.
Using the contortionism skill. So what is your skill that is closest physically to contortionism?
Sleight of hand. It's right next to it.
You're going to use sleight of hand. Hold on. It's going 1 down, so it's going to be a challenge rating of 6.
Make it.
5, 6, 7.
So I dodge
So you dodge.
using contortionism.
So if you want to narrate, Sam, you try to throw a punch. Do what? What are you doing?
I block his hand, and then I try to twist it and hit him with his own hand.
Okay,
Oh, that's
and
good. I like that.
Thank you.
you get out of that by
I dodge my own hand. It's like a comic kung fu movement. I'm hitting you with your hands.
Yeah. Okay. So it is now your turn. Now you make an attack with your.
Or can I use my Oki?
You can only use that once. I'm reasonably sure. So.
We'll wait for a more dramatic moment.
Yeah.
I am going to use now again with close combat. Once I assign it to a skill, it's always assigned, or I can assign it anytime I want.
No, it's
Change it.
always assigned.
Well, all right.
I mean, you want to pick one that makes sense for that skill. So, for instance, if you have like investigation, you're probably not going to be using the investigation skill for close combat.
My choice. So what I was thinking would be amusing is he's trying to punch me with my hand.
Mhm.
If I reverse it, try to punch him with his hand, like I do a reversal. I go, now I'll punch you
Their hand.
their hand.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Mhm.
And like reverse it
Mhm.
and punch with their hand.
Well, I mean, yeah, just pick a skill that you think would work with close combat, and that'll work with this situation.
Well, hand to hand.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure sleight of hand or hand to hand was more appropriate.
Yeah, hand to hand.
So I have to roll only a 3 or higher because I was on 3 to not fumble, right?
No. Oh yes.
Yeah.
So yes, to not fumble, but
To not fumble.
your target number is still 5.
Okay.
You just, if you happen to roll a 3,
Oh, so it's like
it'll
a
be
crit.
even worse.
It's like a crit fail sort of mechanic. 11.
Wow.
So you make a defending or dodge check using, what was it, hand to hand?
Yeah.
Is that a skill?
Yeah, hand to hand under martial arts.
Hey, multiplicity is my closest one, which means I have to roll above 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
6 or above. You got
6.
it at a.
So now I'm trying to punch you with your hand, and I don't succeed either.
No, you do
So-
not.
And you also do not
Keep
fumble.
your hand in place while I continue to dodge.
Right. It goes back to you.
Should we continue on the comedy anime theme?
Yep, I'm gonna use close combat again.
Okay.
No, now you're gonna punch me with
hold
my
on.
hand?
So another thing is that we did forget about is with the Ninpo, they have a cost. So what is the cost of close combat?
Nothing. It's
Okay.
dull. It's
Then
dull.
you can use that. So the cost adds to the fumble check. So if you use a Ninpo right now, if you use a Ninpo with a cost of 4, then your fumble area would go, if you hit a 9 or below, you would fumble. So I do want to check really quick to make sure that you can just use Ninpo over and over and over again.
Should we just put our? You know what? Never mind. Let's see. Should we put our tokens on?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, but they look pretty similar. But I think we can.
Yeah, there you go.
They have different words. Yours says
So
hearts, and mine has.
So maybe not saying the demon names out loud on the table. So
Oh well, I didn't know.
So you can use your Ninpo once per round of combat scene. So yeah, you can keep using that. Once per round? What constitutes a round?
I think it's just everyone's turn.
Okay. There's so few of you. My goodness. Close combat, you got a 6.
6, which is level 5 and also level 5.
Okay. So if you want to make a dodge check, you're rolling once again. What was that, Sam?
Contortionism, so 6.
6.
8.
See, Joshua, describe what happens, folks. Use your
We
mental
keep
this
attempting to
time-
hit each other with each. We've got this weird reversing
no,
arm lock.
That's not what I was going to do.
Okay, all right. What are you doing?
This time I'm going to try to hit you with my free hand.
Oh, because we're busy trying to hit each other
Yeah.
with the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, that makes sense.
So you go for a big good punch.
Yeah.
Oh, like chop.
Oh, of course.
But it does not hit. Once again, you manage to duck or move out of the way in some
Or
way.
block it because it's sleight of hand.
Right. So this, by the way, is essentially how most combat scenes will work. In the main phase, once you get hit in combat once, you have lost that combat. So a lot of the combat is not hitting people. So these are two very, very highly skilled people fighting each other. There are not going to be a lot of hits, and the hits that do happen count heavily. So.
Wait a minute. Then in that case, shouldn't I want to use my Ogi? Because the first person to.
So
You want to save your Ogi though, because you can only use it once.
we can.
But I can only use it once this combat, right?
Let me check. Because this is something that you are meant. It is meant to be your big finisher of the session. If you want to use it now, let's see here. Hey folks, where's Ogi in the book? We all have a copy. Yeah. Was that like the end of the character creation section, right?
It's on page 153.
There we go. 122. What are you talking about?
Okay, page 153.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I guess there's more than one Ogi page?
Okay. Oh, I see.
During a combat scene, only once per round.
So, once per round. So, I think around.
Oh, I can, if someone knows your Ogi, they can, it's easier for them to avoid it.
So after you use this once, it will be easier for Sam to avoid it. But also, I want to double check the.
There's a helpful little animation down here.
If a round means after everybody has gone once, or if a round means the end of the scene. Because otherwise, this is gonna take a hot second. So, combat scenes. Hold on, while we very exciting. We read the book for a couple minutes.
The most invigorating part of the game.
No. After this, we should argue about what the rules mean for another 5 minutes. That's a really quality TV.
Yeah, so you want to save your Ogi because if someone knows your Ogi, it gives them the ability to just completely nullify it.
Yeah, but we're doing this as a sample combat, right?
But it's not the finale combat.
No, there's still a climax scene after all the main phases. So you can use it now if you want.
Okay, no,
let's
I'll
see.
wait till the climax scene. That's fine. I understand from having watched far too much anime myself exactly what you mean.
I'm currently trying to figure out if you do a plot, like if you choose your plot at the beginning of every round. Because I think it might. Oh, wow. If a number of rounds equal to the number of combat participants have passed without a clear winner, then the battle is a draw.
Well, that's what just happened.
Right. So.
You haven't attacked me though, have you?
No,
No.
I guess now would be the draw if I don't hit.
Yeah, if you don't hit. So if you want to use your Ogi to make this happen, you can. Or if you want to save that for a more dramatic moment, you can.
I'll save it for a more dramatic moment.
All right. Then what Ninpo do you want to use?
Well, this is so. Unless I hit, I'm kind of restrained in this because there's only 2 of us.
Mhm.
So unless I hit Sam's character now, it's over as a draw in any case.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm back with close combat again. There's some other things I could use, but they're not applicable given that constraint.
What other ones do you have?
I have Wind Dancer, which helps me find enemy weak point.
Mm.
I have Arrow Catch, which helps me deflect and otherwise catch projectiles.
Right.
I have Destruction, which helps me negate Sam's info.
I mean, you could use.
And I have Antitoxin, where I cure toxins. So they don't really seem like too.
You could use someone that finds their weak point. I think I would give you an added.
But it's moot because
it takes
because that takes my action.
Is that not an attack?
It's a support.
It's a support, yeah.
Okay. Did you pick all support?
I did. I picked all supports.
Okay, then go ahead and do your
I picked one support.
No, it's my first time making the Shinobigami character.
Yes. So go ahead and do that then. Do your first combat.
Don't pick all support.
Yeah. Learn from our mistakes.
Yeah. So I do have. Wait a minute. This is kind of awesome. Wait a minute. I have transformation under sorcery.
Yes.
So couldn't I dramatically turn into something and fly away or something? Since it's gonna be a draw if I don't hit Sam. I might as well do some drama.
You can choose to drop out of combat, and that means that no prizes exchange hands. So basically what you can do here, and we didn't set a prize for the end of this combat. I'm not sure what that prize would be. Maybe prizes can be physical objects, or they can be secrets, or they can be any manner of things. I suppose that the prize for this battle would be
knowing which ninja clan Sam's character belongs.
Okay.
Which I follow.
Which character clan that either of us belong to, because none of us know.
Yeah, so you would get more information about the other person. So you can choose to leave without that information if you want to. I'm interested to see what transform do. What transform do? You have transform?
I have transform.
Okay.
I have transformation. I tried to make a character that's really physically no ranged anything, just very technical.
So does your character then have some bloodline of Oni in you?
No, I'm allowed to take a sorcery.
Right.
Yeah.
But generally those sorcery powers come from having supernatural elements in your blood. Do you have a charm of some sort that allows you to transform? What does this look like as you transform, and what do you transform into? And then we can roll that skill to see if you succeed.
It wasn't under skills.
What are you looking for?
Transformation.
Sorcerer's ability to change all or part of your body into something else.
Yeah. So
what I was just thinking that my character was I like an outrageous hand-to-hand combat martial arts character, and I picked it because exactly for dramatic moments like this.
So what does it do when you use it?
I turn into an animal.
What animal?
I turn into a raven and fly away.
Okay, so you want to roll that to see if you successfully turn into a raven.
All right. If not, I'll unsuccessfully turn into a raven. We'll see what fumble brings us.
Yeah.
Nope, I succeeded.
So as you guys are fighting, do you have a magical artifact? Is this just an innate power that you have?
No, let's say it's a magical artifact, I guess.
All right, what is your magical artifact?
My cell phone.
Your cell phone?
My magical cell phone.
Your phone case.
So was this gifted to you by a higher up then when you gained this rank?
Sure, it was gifted to me by Yamimaro Masao.
She has great confidence in you. That's good.
You're right. It's a cell phone case, not cell phone. It's an ancient cell phone case.
So here's what we see then is
an ancient cell phone case in the 90s.
It's modern day Japan. You have iPhones. So
yes, but the case is the artifact.
Okay, so yes, it glows, and as you do you have a snide last I'll see you next time. I'll see you around.
Let me think.
Get out of my temple. I better not catch you around these again.
Oh, crows can talk. That's it. I can go. Now you fly away too while you still can, and then I fly away.
I'm good, but thanks for the offer.
Oh wow! You flap off into the night as these cherry blossoms settle around where your wing beats stir them up, and you fly off into the moonlight. And we see the camera cut to as this woman leaves her limo, the woman from earlier, Miss Yamimaru Misao, leaves her limo, her assistant opening and closing the door for her, still texting on her phone, going to get on a private jet and go off, presumably somewhere. And her phone vibrates, and she raises an eyebrow, and it cuts.
As I flap across the as like in every anime, as it cuts to the credit thing, that's like Japanese pop music or something incongruous.
Right, yes, the ending song.
Like
but as you fly up, it's now actually your scene. So what do you do?
Okay, so here's my question. We're at the 2-hour mark.
Yeah.
Do we wish to continue on to other scenes, or do we wish to call it here?
I mean, we haven't really done much.
Such is the nature of role-playing games. Our audience is aware of it. Yes.
We have considered 1 hour.
Okay, we could run a little longer.
So in that case, what you can do is you can create your scenes to push towards a climax, perhaps.
Okay.
Moving time forward, maybe a little bit more between scenes. You know that you have the second hand of your organization coming to visit you. The day. Let's see. It was gonna be the day after this one, but we can say that it is this day that is now. The dawn is breaking on this day. You know that this important person is going to be here.
Let's cut dramatically to like the final scene because we're running out of time.
With nothing in between. Okay.
Well, yeah, no, like okay, this isn't. Is this my? This wasn't either of our scenes. Or is this? Are we back to being Sam's scene?
No, it's your scene now. So
okay.
If we want
so we should take these. We should take these off.
Yes. If you want to do a time skip to perhaps the next afternoon as you are welcoming this important person into the temple.
No, that's not what I want.
Okay, because the climax scene works different. I have control of that one, and there are certain things that have to happen to trigger it.
All right, well then, how's this? We'll have to reverse engineer it. You tell me what you want, because that's not what I was thinking for the climax scene. You can tell me, and then we'll do that.
There.
Or we could just build up to the climax scene over the next few small scenes.
Okay. Is that what you'd rather do?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Otherwise, we won't know what's happening in the climax scene.
So the final stage of the session is the climax phase, right? This is the final big battle. So it is specifically a battle with the final big prize.
Okay.
So if we want to talk through this, what we are building up to is a fight where the prize is this dagger, right? Now you each have your secrets that you are meant to also accomplish, right? So you currently have an opportunity to talk to this very important person who has just arrived at your temple, Miss Yamimaru Misao, if you wish. If you want to call her into this scene that you are now doing, it can be the next afternoon where she has arrived on her private jet to get to this temple and is now, coming up, still tapping on her phone, not even looking at you.
Well, she's not looking at me because I land on her shoulder. I haven't transformed back yet.
Ah, I see. So,
no, land on human feet. Don't drop out of the sky in like human form.
Right. And as she's tapping on her phone, and her assistant, the young man Kosaka Satura, says to you, seemingly knowing that you are a person, says, "So you had to use the artifact, hmm?"
At that point, I do my transformation not on her shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
I leave the shoulder and do the transformation.
Fly off, transform midair.
Yeah.
Somersault, cool landing.
Bowing on the ground.
Yeah, bowing. Lots of bowing and scraping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yes.
It's like an animal's transformation.
Yoshimizu Shrine has been found out. I confronted another ninja on the grounds. Himuro Saya is still protecting the Kamakiri.
You can see the slightest frown braces her face, and she tap, 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 tap. And her assistant says, "Who is this other ninja you speak of?"
I don't know. They were too fast for me to grab. What would it be called? There's some the word that means the token of what clan they belong to.
Yeah, their symbol.
Yeah.
Their badge. I'm a police officer.
This actually gets you see Yamimaru looks up and looks at you with an elegantly raised eyebrow and says, "Too fast for you. Never thought I'd see the day." She's still typing as she says this, but
More
she's
bowing
not
and scraping.
talking to you. I have to say, I find myself slightly disappointed.
Our combat scene veered into the comical.
So your goal here, I assume, is to create an emotion bond with a positive emotion bond.
Sympathy. Let's go with sympathy. Yes.
So, what skill do you want to roll here? Perhaps, if I may
Performance.
suggest,
Lots of performance.
performance or bluff, or it depends on whether.
No, it was very like I appeared as a bird. I landed on the shoulder. I left very performative.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to impress her, what you have created in this scene is something that is not impressing her. So how are you impressing her?
This would very well. I will immediately transform back into a bird and return back to the Yoshimizu Shrine and root out and destroy this intruder.
Well, yes, that is your job. I would hope I wouldn't have to do such things myself.
And now I have like the scene where like the cereal box, like the cereal advertisement. What is it called? Like I break out into symbolic sweat and go like you know what I'm talking about? There's a word for it in anime, but it all comes from cereal advertisements in the '60s or something like that.
I have no clue, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So what I will say here is you have an emo bond with her assistant, and that emo bond is specifically empathy.
Empathy.
So you have her assistant comes up and says to you, "This must have been a I don't have a voice for it. I think he just talked. That must have been a very strong warrior for even you, one of our strongest that we have assigned to this job to have such trouble with them. But they did not defeat you, correct?"
No, we were evenly matched. But they moved with surprising speed and deftness.
So perhaps we can make that fight a little bit less even. And I think we see you two head off into the temple. Now this again, your scene can keep going. It doesn't have to be a roll right there because I don't know what you would roll. But if you have an idea,
don't know.
Yeah.
Presumably, I'm going to go back and confront Sam's character.
This could also be another battle scene where this can be you can move this into a battle scene now, where it's you two confronting Sam's character.
Well, okay.
My next scene was going to happen before his scene happens now.
The flashback scene.
Yeah. So
do I have to end my scene on roll?
Let's say no, because it would feel weird to do one here. Though
We
you do want to do an emo bomb with her. So let's give you an opportunity to do that.
How is okay?
Here's what I think. She says to you, "I wish to see this intruder defeated, and know that if you do, you will have impressed me." So you now have the mission that if you defeat Sam's character, you will have created a positive bond with this woman.
Okay.
So there is some extra incentive for you as you move on into the temple. So Sam, what did you want to do for a scene?
Right after he leaves, I'm going to go into a combat or into a battle scene, and I'm going to go back into the room where I encounter the person.
The Miss Himiru Saya?
Yes, and we were like, oh, I don't know, they know I'm a ninja, so I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I was looking for the monk who was here before.
The monk who's here. I'm a monk. Can I help you?
Yes, I guess.
Perhaps I can help you with your exit of this room, make it a little bit quicker for you.
Dramatic sigh. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this.
So it's going to be another battle scene between us two. I do not know exactly how battle scenes with NPCs work, but I guess I'll just play them.
That'll be helpful for the viewers.
Yeah, as a character.
I'm going, since I'm not involved in this, I'm going to step off frame for a moment.
Okay.
Okay.
So. Alright, ready? Wait for Jason to walk in front of the camera. 3, 2, 1.
Shucks.
So,
Oh, wait, I'll just put my...
And folks, that's that sibling bonding. So I chose a 5, Sam chose a 4, so my character gets to go first. I'm going to pull another d6 out of my bag here. I'm trying to find the other one of that set. There it is. Alright. So, she is going to start out by, let's see, I'm going to have to very quickly choose some nympho for her. What she's going to do, I think, is attempt to, let's see, do a cross cut attack using her cross cut nympho, which is the blade skill. Now let's see here. They are. Where is the blade skill?
Probably under martial arts. It's the second to last one under martial arts.
Okay. So I'm gonna say to make this a little bit harder for all involved. She does not actually have the blade skill, and she's going to. Well, no, she's a very good ninja. So
She also owns a blade.
She has a blade skill, so it's gonna be a 5. But if she hits a 5 or lower, then she fumbles. So that's a 3 and a 4. That's a 7.
Yes.
So if you want to make a dodge with the blade skill.
Great, so that's 5, 6, 7.
6, 7.
I have my closest one is multiplicity.
Okay.
Which is 2 away. Oh, that's a 6.
It's a 6.
I just lost this combat.
So yeah, she hits you, and it's in the, let's see, close combat. I roll a d6 to determine going from the left. So Sam's character got hit. Oh no. I'm going to roll a d6 to decide which category they got hit in. So everybody in this game only has 6 life points. This can be changed around by things that you get further in the game, but we are all starting level characters here. So going from the left to the right, left being 1, right being 6, rolling a d6 to see which of your categories of skills gets hit with this attack.
The life points, by the way, are the categories of skills that we read out earlier.
Yeah, so that's a 1. So
tech.
So your tech is now hit. And you are dropped out of this combat. You do not get the prize that you wanted, and I think the prize that she gets is the same as it was before, knowing that you are from the bloodline of Oni. And she says, figures it would be one of you. There's actually a specific derogatory term for bloodline of Oni players in this, which is...
Was there a table of derogatory terms?
No.
I'm surprised.
That would be sad.
That would be kind of awesome, actually.
No, that would not. That would be sad. No, it's just it figures that it would be one of you night walkers coming after this. You hated our clan for centuries.
Completely.
You spit on her?
Yes.
She has...
Actually, no, I have a mask on, so I can't.
So I think what she has here is that she has...
Maybe stink eye.
Yeah, stink eye.
It's only 1 point of damage, so I think what she's done is she currently has you...
She cut my backpack off.
No, I think she has you with her blade at your throat, and it's dug into it as more a mental harm than physical harm. But she has you trapped is the point, and she fishes in your cloak and does tell you to drop the bag. So you drop the backpack off of her. shoulders.
And there goes all my tech.
She grabs the bloodline of Oni symbol out of your pocket, says, "Fate of you night warps." And this is where perhaps this was at night.
Yeah.
So I think by the time that you guys are walking back into the temple, which is the next afternoon, perhaps this is where time stuff gets weird. I think you would have known that they have been captured. So if we want to retcon that scene quickly, where rather than saying that you were beaten, unless you think that your character doesn't know that they've been captured yet.
Because they were a pro, so they don't have access to their phone.
If you just stayed a crow this whole time.
I'm a little confused on the time frames, but you know what? Because this is an anime, and I often am confused on time frames in anime.
Yeah.
And about usually I assume because they've been edited for an American market and you've lost some plot.
Sure.
Let's just use that plot device. We've lost some time relevant plot during the editing for the American audience.
Well, that's not time relevant. It just means that you do not know that they captured.
Like you haven't turned back from a crow yet, so you haven't looked at your phone yet.
Well, I was a little unclear about where I thought that Yamamaro Misayo was at like the airport, not in front of.
Well,
then they arrived.
Japan is a very small country. They take a very fast jet. You're the one who wanted
a very small but very advanced country where there are many airports.
You're the one who wanted to end this.
No, I know.
So don't criticize my speeding.
I'm not critiquing. I'm explaining.
You are.
I'm not. I'm saying that when I got confused about time frames of where she was. So when I landed on her shoulder, I was thinking far away instead of right in front.
Yeah, she is at the airport. We can say of the closest landing area because it's a private jet. She doesn't need an airport.
Because that would have explained what I was doing, which was
there's a secret airport or landing area near-ish to the shrine where you are currently at. So perhaps it is a bit of a walk back to the shrine. You get another car. You all drive back to it. Meantime, you have been captured. You are what? I think probably just for sake of drama. You are tied up, your hands behind your back. Your backpack is just out of arm's reach. Like she didn't, she kicked it sort of across the room, but you could lunge for it. And you are in the room with the Buddha where, presumably important things are to you. So we want to do a master scene here really quick where you arrive into the room with the Buddha. You see the ninja from last night tied up in the corner. Yourself on the other side, and Kosaka says to her, no wait, that's not. What's her name? Himuru Saya, rather, says to you, "Oh, welcome. Where were you all night? I caught the intruder." She looks at at Yamimaru.
Don't.
So what are you doing in response to that?
Well, my character believes in order.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, she's better than me. That's just it. That's it. There can't be any ego involved in this.
So you have nothing to say? You just nod? Like what do you do? What does your character do?
I'm thinking. I say, good work, Saya. I fail. No. We're team here, all the same clan. I go. I failed in my conflict, in my combat with the intruder, but you did not. You are the ninja.
So you see this very extremely well put together lady leans down and she just sort of looks at you with this very piercing gaze, and she reaches out and grabs your chin and tilts your head back and forth, and then hooks a finger around and pulls off your mask. There's a specific reason you're wearing the mask, because most Bloodline of Oni people have sort of some monstrous features. Do you perhaps have very pointy teeth?
Yeah, I have very big, very pointy teeth.
That's so choice. As she pulls you around, she says, one of the night gaunts, and sort of, and holds her hand out, and her assistant comes over with a handkerchief and like cleans her fingers off.
How did we get to be the villains in this?
Mm-hmm. You're not the villain.
Oh, or everyone's kind of a villain.
Everyone's
okay.
a villain. Says, well, at least that's taken care of.
I do spit on her shoe.
You have, her assistant goes and cleans them.
I spit on her assistant.
You have the dagger, though, I'm assuming. You have that at least?
Yes. Sproing, or
Spring.
I wire foo over to the statue of Buddha, removing the left eye. I produce the Kamakiri.
Alright.
And I very ceremoniously hand it over to Yamamaro Misao.
So as that's happening, we sort of slow down time for a bit. If you want to make a, let's see, perhaps do you have a prepared kodama that would burn the ropes around your wrists?
Prepared kodama? I mean, naturally, but
That
they're all in my...
Pull out of your sleeve, perhaps?
Part of kodama is the ability to speak things as well.
Mm-hmm. So, do you want to make a kodama check and see if you can burn the ropes around your wrists and get free?
Or I'll say tear.
Okay.
And I'll try to tear the rope so that, there's no sign.
Okay.
Well, I get on it. That's a 9.
Alright. So there's a very, very faint, basically imperceptible with all these things going on. The dagger, by the way, is extremely fancy, gold gilded handle. The blade looks incredibly sharp.
I also have contortionism, so I can just...
I mean, do you want to use which?
You already made it. Magical.
Yeah, I'll do contortionism though because I think it's funner. But yeah, I'm out of the ropes.
Is that going to be louder if you pop all your bones?
Probably. I'll stick with kodama.
Okay. So it's very fancy. The blade is shinier than any you've ever seen. It's not just like mirrored. It's like almost you're looking through a window into a dimension that looks almost like the one you're in, but just reversed, right? And it, of course, glows as you take it out of the sort of thing that it was in. You hand it to her, and as it happens, you go to leap into action and grab it. And we're going to move into the climactic scene.
All right.
So,
okay. Here's your demon coin.
Thank you for. Should I say the name again?
Your what?
Don't
say the name. Stop it.
Should I say the name? Should I say the name?
We do not want actual demons being summoned. We're trying to do things. So,
I have a really bad hangnail. I could just like.
So, all the conditions have been met. I set conditions in my brain before this to what would trigger the climax phase, and that was both of you in the room,
okay,
knowing that the dagger was there.
This has gone well. This has been far more intelligible than a lot of anime series I've watched.
So, unlike your combat scene in the main phase, you drop out of combat here if you die, and that is if you are out of life points. I can also set specific ending conditions. The ending conditions for this are if either of you dies, or if you are able to escape with the dagger out of the, if you are able to escape with the dagger out of the room, or, perhaps.
Yeah.
Or if you manage to kill them, or if they manage to kill you, in which case I will take that as an automatic escape. The prize of this battle is the Kamakiri dagger. Let's see here. You can take advantage of a flashback once during the climax phase to achieve one of the following 2 effects. A skill check bonus. You can reveal your character's secret and roleplay a flashback scene relating to it. Upon doing so, you receive a +3 bonus to the skill check you did, or you can get a damage bonus. The character must first succeed on an attack check, and their opponent must fail their dodge check. You then reveal your character's secret and roleplay a short flashback scene related to it. After that, you deal a point of close combat damage in addition to the attack's normal effect. So, let's begin. I'm going to do. I guess I don't think I'm going to do plot values since it doesn't matter as much in this scene. It's just they will move with you. I think so.
Great, I love it. 4 against 1.
Yeah. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. 4. You both pick the same one. That's fun. I have to look up what this means because this is exactly the scenario I was scared of. So.
Well, it seemed like, based on last one, this was a logical number, right? You picked 5 and I picked 3, and I was like, 4.
I was gonna pick 5, but my info had really high costs, so.
So I think that we might just do it again because it really doesn't say.
Yeah, but what if we both pick it again?
Right. I know. It's like rock, paper, scissors. We just have to keep doing it.
We can just do rock, paper, scissors.
I mean, that's true. You could just do rock,
I
paper,
kind of
scissors.
want to see how long we can go with the same five.
This is you doing it. So do it in 3, and it 3, 2, 1, go.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh wait.
So, much like rock, paper, scissors, no one's expecting you to pick the same thing twice. So I think that especially works since you sort of have a surprise on this, which is going to be my other argument. But also I wanted to see that if you guys did it the same thing again, it would be funny.
Okay.
But yeah, you get a surprise. So what are you
I'm going
doing?
to use Meteor Shower. It's a ranged combat or ranged attack.
Mm-hmm.
All characters in range, including myself, if I'm in range.
Mm-hmm.
The range is 3, by the way. Am I in range?
This brings up an interesting rules question. Okay. So I specifically got Arrow Catcher.
Is a meteor an arrow?
Yeah, it says all projectiles. Read it. It says, I'll read it to you.
No.
Well, in this case, I was kind of hoping I could summon small creatures.
Because I was thinking if it was just an arrow, it was like, oh, I'm not going to get this. It's just arrows, right?
Hold on. I need to find the Ogi thing then. So, tell me, what is the specific? You're using your Ogi? Or you're
No,
using
this is a Nimpo.
Okay. The Ninpo is called
Meteor Shower.
And that is in
It's I believe it's a Bloodline of Money specific.
Oh, never. I see how this works rules wise. Never mind. So we're good. I know what it's all about. So, how many Nimpo points do we really have?
You have what do you mean?
Well, it's cost points.
So the point cost is for instance, what's the
Oh, that's right. It moves me this way.
Yeah. No. Sam, what is the cost of your Nimpo that you're using? So then your fumble value for this Nimbo will be 7.
Okay,
it doesn't move you up on the plot. It doesn't change when your character goes. It just means that if you roll a 7 or below, you will have a fumble. So, Bloodline of Oni, Meteor Shower. Rain of hail, meteors, or other objects. I'm not going to say small creatures are objects because then you could argue that you could use them again next round or have them as independent beings.
That was what I was asking. That is the purpose I was asking.
So, what objects?
With your characters and throwing small animals. This seems to be like a running.
This is true.
I like it.
So, what do they look like?
It's just miscellaneous symbols of fortune.
Okay.
You'll probably see why later.
So then,
like rabbits' feet, 4-leaf clovers, the cats.
And these do damage?
Yes.
Okay. Roll the attack.
Dice. Praying this goes well.
You hit a
7.
So you're using a skill that you have, correct?
Yeah, summoning.
So you did the attack successfully, but you do have to roll a 1d6 on the fumble chart.
Please roll a 6. Please roll a 6.
Oh, we didn't use the fumble chart yet.
Information leak. Every other character can leave either your location or one of your secrets.
So we already know your location, so I think it would have to be your secret. So during this, what happened that would lend people to learning what your secret is?
It's such a heavy attack, and it's targeted directly. Like I'm centering it around him and the blade. So as ninjas, they have high initiative, so they're able to realize, oh, this person's trying to break the blade.
Yeah. So
By the
your
way,
secret.
My secret is you have been told to destroy the Kamakiri. It is the god killer, after all, and the last thing your clan wants is more dead gods. Destroy.
Okay. All right. I thought that might just be because and you would just keep yelling it out. Like, now I shall destroy the.
No, we can be more subtle than that. So
Now I shall destroy the Kamakiri so it can kill the more gods.
So what skill were you using so that you can roll a dodge check?
Okay. So.
No, what skill were you using?
Oh, summoning.
So you have to roll a dodge check with summoning.
That brings up
Let me read arrow catching first, which is like I don't know what you call it. It's a reactive thing.
Okay.
Not a proactive thing. You may use this Nimpo when someone makes a successful ranged combat attack, which they just did.
Mm-hmm.
Make a skill check using this Nimpo's skill with a penalty equal to the difference between your plot value and the plot of the character making the attack. So one. On a successful skill check, the attack fails.
Okay.
So
against him or everyone?
against me,
Against
because it defines it. It's
Okay.
like the thing where I have all these robes. I have like the robes,
Mhm.
and the robes like everything is tangled up in the robes, and they don't hit you or they get confused by the robes. That kind of thing.
Yes. So what is the skill you're rolling?
Arrow catcher is attached to sleight of hand, which I have.
Okay, so that's going to be a 5.
Mhm.
So go ahead and roll that. It's going to be a 5 plus 1, so it's going to be a 6 that you have to hit, right?
5.
Fail.
So let me just make sure that's correct, right? Because there's an adding depending on the difference between your plot values.
Make a skill check using this Nimpo skill with a penalty equal to the difference between your plot value and the plot of the character making the attack. Would
So
that be-
it is a plus 1.
Okay, so I fail.
It is a 6. So yeah, you fail. You get a barrage with this attack. Sam, what does this?
Do I still get my dodge?
No.
Okay.
That is your thing. So
Do I have to roll my
Meteor Shower-
fumble?
No, you did not get a 3 or lower. So, you each get 1. So Sam, if you will roll a d6 ranged combat means that you get to choose which life point gets taken away. So you choose which skill gets the life point taken away.
Oh, or can I lose ninja gear?
No, it has to be a life point because it is a ranged attack. You took damage.
Yeah, sure, stealth. I'll do stealth.
Okay. So, next up it is your turn.
I'm just gonna go straight at my OB.
Okay.
So I will use my Whirlwind Fist Flurry attack.
Okay.
Should I read what it does?
Yeah, you read and describe what it does. You should have a visual and audio description for us.
It is an area attack. Many fists hitting skin. I yell like Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon. So it's exactly like I showed you in Fist of the North Star. So it's just like it's drawn. The animation is like there's like 100 fists like hitting
many
everywhere.
fists, and that is technically the area attack code, right?
Yes,
So.
but it's assigned hand to hand, so I'm not quite sure how that works.
So, and you don't have to roll for this, correct?
I don't know.
So, hold on.
Learning as we go.
So there is an assigned skill, so you do have to roll. So go ahead and roll. Do the assigned skill.
5.
All right.
I'm going to use my Ogi.
What's your Ogi?
It's the Dark Interference one.
Okay.
It just turned. I roll once someone else is dying to a 1.
Okay.
And the name is Ancient Oni Scribes of Fortune.
All right. What does that look like?
As I say the name out loud, the like an illusory massage of an Oni lunges forth from my mouth and charges at the target. The Oni is adorned in numerous symbols of fortune. Yeah, and then as it lunges onto the target, it dissipates into a very thin mist, and they are temporarily cursed.
All right. Cool. So roll the skill for that.
Kotodara, Domino. 10.
So which die do you want to turn into a 1?
Let's give you that crit fumble.
This was these did get moved. So you did do a fumble because of that. So if you would like to roll a d6 on the fumble chart,
yeah.
not if you would like to, but you must. So
Something isn't right. For the rest of the cycle, you take -1 to all checks.
Yes.
Yes.
So next up is going to be the NPCs. They're going to do. I think what happens here? There are so many NPCs and so few. You're the only one fighting against all these people.
So far, we haven't done very well for the most part.
This is true. So, pretty wild.
I'm a very strong individual.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll. Let's see here. So that one. So those both would have been.
Oh, I keep forgetting. I have a ninpo I can use when I successfully dodge an attack.
Okay.
Oh well, I'll use it now. Now that I know.
Yeah. So what you have here is the Yamamaru does not move. She just is typing on her phone, and she sort of goes like, shh. And the two assistants, the let's see, Timuru Saya and Takosaka Satura, both come at you. It looks like they have sort of similar swords, and they both are going to come and try and do the same sort of attack on you from each side. If you want to roll 2 dodge checks using the...
Seven.
I'm going to say it's just a what? Like just a blade check.
Yeah, I have to roll above 7 twice.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright. Okay, that is a 7.
Okay, then you got that one.
Great. And I'm going to use counter.
Okay.
Which is contortionism, and if I successfully dodge, I roll, and if I succeed, they take range damage. That's a 10, so...
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna count this as one attack since it was so few. Because it would be wild if you dodged out of one of these blades and not the other one.
I dodge out of one into the other.
Okay. If you want to make this harder for you,
I'll take what you said. Yes.
Okay.
They attack as one.
Right, but which one do you want to hit with a counter? Is what I'll say. You only get to hit one of them with a counter.
The nun.
Okay.
She hit me before.
Yes. Alrighty.
Which means that she's down 2
Jason,
because
what
of
are
my
you-
meteor shower.
Yes. Jason, what are you doing?
Just a moment.
Okay, thanks. Wow.
What's a status ailment?
Status ailment, if you look at the status ailment chart, you can have either breakdown, paralysis, heavy wound, MIA, amnesia, or curse.
Okay, alright, well, this doesn't. Oh, right. I will strike out at Sam's character with close combat hand-to-hand attack.
Alrighty, you want to roll that? Yeah.
I got a -1.
You do. So it's gonna, whatever you roll, you'll have a -1 to it. You have to roll a 5 or above.
Would it be a 6 or above?
Whatever.
Just subtract 1 from what I rolled.
Whatever you get. Yeah.
Ah, I still hit.
Yeah. So roll a dodge check. Rolling what skill did you roll, Jason?
Close combat, hand-to-hand.
Roll that.
Well.
Okay.
I'll take my Soma pill.
Okay. So
Actually, I won't take my Soma pill. I can deal with an extra damage.
I think that takes. So that is a close combat, which means that you do roll a d6 to determine which category gets hit with this.
Can skills under that category? Can you still use them?
That's a good question. I didn't see that when I looked before, but go ahead and roll the d6.
The skills aren't numbered, though.
No, but they're under the categories.
Oh, no, wait. No. But wouldn't isn't it the category that you lose the point in?
Yes.
Yeah, and we're seeing if can you still
So
use skills
starting-
under that category when you
Hold
lose.
on. Starting from the right is 1.
Okay,
Go
alright,
into
that explains, that's what I mean.
Oh, that's what you've done.
4, so... Scheming?
So yeah, I believe that when you lose a life point in that category, you can no longer use skills from that category.
Right, so I hit scheming.
So.
Right, so I can no longer use hydromancy. But that's it.
So what do you do?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use.
If you want to roll something that is just like, I want to get the dagger, that is going to be, say what are you trying to do? Say what your character is doing. It does not have to be attacking. It can
Yeah,
be
I will
to-
try, now that he's close to me,
Mhm.
I'm gonna try to pull the dagger out of his hands.
Okay, what are you using to do that? Are you using like
Proportionism.
contour? How?
I do the I dodge and I move my arm in a way that it wouldn't normally be able to move from where I am to grab the dagger before he can block it.
Okay. I think I would like to see more magic from your magic character.
Well, I have summoning, Kotodama, and clairvoyance.
So,
I don't know. You've done pretty well with.
Yeah, I've
with
used
with
Kotodama.
contortion.
I've used Kotodama twice. I've used summoning once, and I've used clairvoyance once.
so I'm gonna do summoning, but you have to do a 6 or above.
Summoning?
No,
Oh, am I
sorry.
just gonna?
No, sorry. The one you said, contortionism.
I will just like conjure
I think
the.
Sam's character's done pretty well with contortionism.
Yeah, go ahead with contortionism, but you have to do a 6 or higher.
That's a 9. I mean, yes, that's a
Okay.
9.
So I think you still get a dodge check if you want to roll contortionism. Do you have a life point missing in the contortionism?
I have a life point missing under stealth.
So he's fine.
Okay. So what are you rolling? What's your target number?
6.
So you do not
6,
have
yeah.
to. Yeah, you don't have to. So go ahead and roll. Take a
No.
take a -1 to that, which means you would get a 4, which is not your fumble value. So cool. So you successfully.
But I still failed.
Yes.
Yeah, but so he takes the.
They take
Yes, they take the Kamakiri.
Yeah, so you now have the dagger. You can feel it like pulsing and like reaching out to you. It seems to have recognized something in you that didn't recognize it. Jason's character
I
here.
hope it's not trying to kill me.
So Jason, is your character's turn. Or did I do the NPCs? Jason, you go and then I'll do the NPCs.
Right. So we've already established that snatching things away from people is contortionism, not sleight of hand. Or have we?
It could be both.
It could be sleight of hand, yeah.
I want to try and take it back.
I
Okay.
use contortionism because I'm skilled in contortionism.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to do the exact same. I'm going to use sleight of hand for exactly
hey,
the same reason.
I'm
So
not
I'm
all
gonna say,
magic, but I am
I
doing.
get a -1 to all my rolls.
Gross.
unfortunately.
I'm doing like
And
inhuman joint bendies. So
Come on. I am going to say you're also going to get a +1 to the difficulty for that because sleight of hand is meant to be sneaky. Even though it is talking about your dexterity, I think it is going to be a 6 or above to do it.
Sheesh.
which means he gets a
Alright.
-2.
No, it means he gets a +1 to the difficulty and a -1 to whatever he rolls.
Oh, okay.
So roll the dice. That's a
What's a 10?
11.
so it's a 10.
10.
Yeah, but and it's still 4 more than 6.
Yeah. So if you want to roll a dodge check with sleight of hand, great.
Well,
So you just snatch it back. Now we have the NPCs coming. Let's do these two first. These two. Okay. So I think the nun, due to her injuries, tries to hit you and misses, but the assistant comes up and is going to attempt to just, give you a good old stabbing.
great.
If you want to roll blade.
Just like Mom used to do.
Yeah.
Just like Mom used to do.
Just like Mom used to do.
I'm gonna use my Soma pill.
Okay. That allows you to re-roll.
Use
Yeah.
when you have attention and action resolution reroll.
Okay.
7. Okay.
Alright. So,
And then I'm gonna use counter again.
okay.
Use what again?
Counter. It's one of my.
No, I think that taking a solo pill would count as your action, actually.
Would it?
I mean.
It says reroll.
Okay, go ahead.
Wait, what is this counter and Nippo?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's triggered when you.
When I dodge.
When
What
you,
does it
or
do?
when you successfully.
I can roll for contortionism, and if I succeed, then they take damage.
When you successfully dodge, right? So not.
When I successfully dodge, yeah.
So just roll. Stop shaking and roll.
Sorry. 5. That's 9, and my challenge is 6. So good.
Okay, and that's gonna be. Alrighty.
Yeah.
No. But they don't look great. So I think it's your turn now, Sam.
Great. I'm just gonna use meteor shot. No, I'm not gonna use meteor shot because they're all right next to me,
Yeah.
and I don't want to take damage. So instead, I'm gonna do. I'd have to do a lot of close combats in order to kill them, and
Well, it's about plot value. Like the closest is about plot value. So you can do it 3 plot values down from me. not like physical closeness. It's about top value closeness.
Oh.
So you can use meteor shower and not get hit.
So if I target at 1, then everyone else will get hit. Then I will do that.
Okay.
I just have to roll above a 7.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm shaking so much. I'm
Why do you
nervous.
have to get it above a 7?
Cost of 3. And I'm at 4.
Oh.
So 4, 5, 6. 7.
Okay.
That's an 8.
So why do you have a +1 to it now? Oh no, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So you have successfully done meteor shower again. Make it dawn.
I'm gonna do arrow catcher again.
Okay, yeah.
I summon more symbols of luck, and they rain from the sky through tiny red portals.
Right.
At like very high velocity.
Right.
With
Nope.
Nope. So you take a -1.
That's also a fumble because you're -1.
That is going to be a fumble for you if you want to roll a fumble for.
I'm somehow doing really well.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
What ninja gear?
Yeah, I'll lose bread of life.
Bread and life.
Bread of life, man.
Oh man, imagine if it was bread of life and you just ate like a loaf of bread and you healed.
Oh, I mean that's video games, baby.
Just an entire baguette.
Okay. So that was your turn, correct?
Yes.
So as it's your turn, you feel.
You also take damage.
You take
Would
minus.
you roll that?
No,
no,
it's
you
ranged.
choose this because it's ranged attack. So for a ranged attack, you choose what category. For close combat, it's random.
Okay.
So, as is your turn, you hear a hey kid.
Hello?
Hey kid, you touched me once, right?
Yeah?
This old man, he's stinky. I don't want him.
Then
Come get me back. We'll have ultimate power together. You get me? You could wield me. You could get anything you want.
I just want to get out of here alive.
Oh god,
I can make
Kamakiri's
that
intelligent.
happen.
Kamakiri's an intelligent weapon.
I can make that happen for you, kid.
Great, can you like get out yourself?
No, I'm a dagger. What do you think I'm gonna do? Just hop and grow legs? No, come get me.
I mean, there is Tsukumogiri and they can grow legs, so. Tsukumogami.
You're being very rude.
I'm
You're
sorry.
being very rude. I'm
sorry.
a magical talking dagger.
I'm sorry, I talk back when I'm stressed.
Jeez.
I'll get you in a second. Just
kids these days.
let me get through this
Uh,
alive.
Jason, if you
Yes.
want to do your turn.
What happens in rules terms since I have the damn thing?
You have a cool dagger.
Yes.
It's probably
No, I'm not gonna try stabbing him with a dagger. That's not what I meant. What happens if I use my transformation to turn back into a bird and take off
the
with a
battle.
dagger?
The battle would end. You would win.
That sounds great. What do we do? How do we do that?
You are in a closed room, so that does not have I'm assuming, right? It's sort of in the
We
center.
could have a dramatic thing where I go, I fly, I'm squawking around the room holding the dagger in my claws while
Yes.
I get Lucky Charms and
Stuff thrown
stuff
at you.
thrown at me.
That would be so. That would be.
I thought you meant the cereal for a second.
That
Well,
would look
yeah.
so good.
That would
and
visually
dramatic.
be pretty appealing. So I think I'll do that.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, if you want to roll transformation, you have the dagger in your claws if this is successful. And I think, yeah.
Come on. Yes.
I'm gonna use my prayer seal.
Okay.
Use when someone other than you has attention and acts in the action resolution.
Okay. And what does it do?
Reroll.
You have to re-roll.
But it's an automatic power?
It's the
Is this one down here?
Yeah.
Still do it.
So yeah.
I'm a bird. I'm a bird.
So yeah, you bat you try to throw this prayer seal. I think you get sliced in half by one of the assistants, falls to the ground. You are a bird flapping around
With
the
a
top
dagger.
of the room. Yeah, holding a dagger. The NPCs are going to go. I think you see the second hand lady, Yamimaru, looks up at you and sort of goes, goes back to her phone.
She's just standing in the corner, just out of range of the meteor shower.
Oh yeah, 100%.
She's in the doorway.
So we're gonna do these guys. Those are both hits on you. If you want to roll 2 dodges.
2 dodges?
Oh, sorry, yeah, 1 dodge. They attack together.
6.
So that was
Oh, I failed though because I have to roll above a 7.
yeah. So the close combat attacks. So we're gonna do these. So what's your 1 category?
Tech.
It's already been hit though.
Yeah.
So that has a certain thing.
Oh.
I believe then you get to choose. So go ahead and choose which one. What other one gets hit?
Stealth. Great.
Okay. And
I-
what's your 5th one?
Strategy?
Did that already get hit?
No.
Yeah.
So now I have tech, stealth, scheming, and strategy.
So yeah, that one also gets hit. You cannot use any of the skills in those categories.
I'm not doing great. I can't use multiplicity or hydromancy anymore.
So yeah. So
Which means I can't use my ranged attack anymore.
next up is your.
I'm gonna use barrier.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to trap him in.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
sorry.
each
Go
have
ahead.
6.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
I'm not skilled in
complaining.
barrier,
I'm not
so
gonna
I have to
catch
roll
6. I have 5.
7.
Okay.
You should have 6.
You get 4 info plus the
Oh,
sorry.
no, this is a skill.
6
barrier? Where's the barrier?
Wait, barrier's a skill?
Yeah, it's
That's
magic.
sorcery.
It's sorcery.
Okay. You could also use binding.
I could. I'll do that because it's or I could
What
use
is that?
Kotodama and just say fall
Yes.
and make him collapse.
Or like
Drop.
drop.
I
You
could
wanna
make,
roll cold.
or I could I could say come to me and have the sword just kind of fall at an angle.
Yeah, I think if you say drop and the dagger drops, it'll be automatic, like you get the dagger.
Okay, then I'm gonna do Kotodama and I'm gonna drop and I'm gonna try to get the dagger to fall.
Okay, just because you're finally using summoning stuff, I see you get a minus.
This is Kotodama.
Koto-
I
You're finally using magic stuff.
I've used it before.
You did it good, yes?
Yes.
What does it look like?
I just say it and it's the same sort of like red mist emerges from my mouth.
Mhm.
And the dagger just kind of
Does it? Don't I get a
You get a dodge, yes.
well, the dagger tries to pull itself out of his hands.
7? Make it.
6.
You still make it, right? Because what I'm aiming for is 6.
No, what, so you
With
have
my
to,
dodge.
you have to use the skill that they use, so you have to use Kodadama's skill.
Oh, I don't make it.
So what do you have to roll?
5, 6, and 8.
Yeah. Yeah. So I
So-
don't make it. Okay.
You do not make it. So you feel this power wind around you in this red mist, and it forces your claws open, and you drop the dagger. You make a last second catch, and you go, finally! Alright, so this is it. I've been trying to talk to these guys forever. They ain't got no magic in them. It's boring. Can I tell you something? It's boring. I'm bored, kid.
Great.
Ready to get out of here?
Can you get us out of here?
I'm a dagger. We get out of here by killing people, kid.
Okay,
So I
I'm
think
very close to dead. Oh wait,
Also, I'm very close to having to go.
I keep forgetting. I have Imperial Wrath, so I take +1 to skills.
well.
It's fine. I've passed most everything anyway, so.
So I think what happens here, mechanically, is that you're going to get a +2 on your rolls.
I have a +3 now.
Not to be a bummer,
Mm.
but I gotta take care of a child in 10 minutes.
We're almost done.
Okay, alright.
So yeah, we can also just say like a blast of power comes out of you. You feel it sort of whoosh. You all get knocked down except for the second hand of the organization, Miss Yamimaru Misao, manages to keep her composure as she sort of looks up. You can hear her go tap 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 tap. Tap.
She's still using a BlackBerry.
You assume you're not going to have a favorable report sent off to your leader. The doors bang open. You're able to run out of there with the dagger. The dagger, you can feel, has this immense power that it is offering to you. What do you do?
I break the dagger.
All right. So you run outside the temple.
I'd like to summon just a big fist to just.
Yeah, you run outside the temple. You find a big rock. That you hear the dagger go, hey, wait, kid. Hey, wait, what's this about, kid? Hey, hold on. This ain't what we agreed on.
And then I'll summon a big ass fist and I'll just go.
Punch it. It shatters into a million tiny fragments, like pieces of dust on the wind. You gather some up, put them in a pouch so that you have proof, and you run off into the night. You lying dazed on the ground as a crow hear the click, clack of heels.
Oh, that's not good.
Standing and say, well, that was disappointing. Come on.
I have somehow created a very powerful character.
Her assistant comes with you and leaves you laying on the ground. And yeah, we will close on that one. So yeah, that's a Shinobigami.
That was a humiliating experience.
Well, you know.
I mean, what? It was just 1v3 and I still won.
If we could keep going, you probably. But yeah, it is a bit of a. You were much more hurt than our character.
I was, but I lost face.
Yes, which is really.
Isn't that what this is really all about?
I succeeded at my mission and my secret, and you.
So yeah,
you did not.
For you guys watching this, thank you so much. If we are going to continue this sort of game, they would get merit, which is the version of XP, and by getting your secret and your mission complete, you get more merit than if you don't complete both of them. So that is that sort of thing. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to sort of hurriedly wrap this up as we have a hard go for Jason. But yeah. If you want to learn more about Shinobigami, you can watch my video on it that I did for the channel. And I'm now going to do a duck and roll to end the stream while you guys wave and say goodbye and thank you.
Bye. Using our ninja powers. Duck and roll ninja powers.
Yeah, ninjas. Woo.
Something